Let me announce this. All right. When we left off, you guys had pretty much just started sailing away from Seattle. You had kind of set up a plan to travel east to Unmirage, to potentially look into getting a bunch of protection from divination that Elise thinks she might be able to help you get. Because getting protection from divination from a secret royalty is... I'm really disappointed in myself. Um, how did I not see it, though? Okay. Anyway. Um,
How did you not see what?
so you know how Drake and I steal shit from each other all the time. And usually that means I steal shit from Drake. There was a point over in IDT where a secret princess helped us get protection from divination amulets.
That's what princesses do.
Yep, it's apparently what they do. But the plan after that was to head up to Eisenmark, reunite with Vasu's family, and some of your other NPCs that are up there. Joker is up there, a bunch of the kobolds that he had been escorting is up there, Kai's up there, and then take them over to Giara, where they will potentially be protected, while you guys figure out what to do next after that. You guys had gotten about 8 hours away from town, when you
Decided to turn back, right?
yeah, when you decided to turn back, to potentially put this this fun new toy that Ace has got to use, because you know he had used it to pull a prank that was very mean, but it was also, you know, a good proof of concept anyway.
My daughter is dead.
Oh no, you also sound dead, and if you need to sleep, please go sleep.
Not until I install an item in Nomad that lets him sleep for 24 hours and get double the mana.
All right. Well, you guys are able to turn around, and get at least close enough to town that if you want to do your skywrite, you can do that, Ace. And if that's what you'd like to do, go ahead and make up your message.
Yeah, I have most of it up, but then I had to change it. Apparently, everyone knows that New Society Staples own slaves, but then they just don't care.
So, kind of. Yes, that is reasonable. So, not everybody would know that the SSLC is a subsidiary of New Society Staples. Just because, like, you know, there's no internet. People don't know the things that they would know back then. There's divination, but, like, they might think that they're two separate companies. You would have to sort of break the news that, like, this company is owned by that company. And a lot of merchants might know it, but the lay person would probably think they're two separate companies. With that said, though, yes, a lot of people know that the SLC sells slaves, and they buy them because, you know, slaves get work done, and they haven't really, you know, some people do have ethical qualms about it, for sure, but not everyone. There are enough people that view it as okay, that it is still a thriving industry. And particularly, the way that SSLC brands itself, it's even right in the name. They brand it like they're going out to these terrible, impoverished places over in the east, grabbing people who are living in the slums, and then like bringing them to live over in Willingquet, where life is great and everything is grand, and they'll get to eat 3 square meals a day and, you know, live with a roof under their home. It's
Real slavery too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's exactly like how we justified it back in the day. But a lot of people they view this as almost like a humanitarian thing, like they are housing impoverished people who have been like repossessed from desperate war-torn areas. When the reality of it that you guys have seen is that they go over there and they steal people from their homes and then bring them over here and beat them until they're compliant. So the truth of it is different from the perception of it, but they've managed to sell the perception pretty strongly. And also some of it is just that people are kind of shitty and they're willing to do bad things if it helps them. You guys do get a long rest, so this is going to be early Sunday morning when you guys arrive over town.
Just standing. I thought we did. I just couldn't remember.
Long rest.
It's just terribly thrilling.
Helps me so much.
Hey, it's flick.
It is a flick. We got a flick.
desperately need to talk to Flick about a homebrew thing that I'm working on privately.
Ooh.
It's nothing.
While
It's nothing.
Ace is deciding on his messenger, Flick, we did want to check with you to see if you are bringing your family with you. Who all are you bringing with you? Are you bringing Cass with you? Are you leaving them all there? What's your plan?
What's inspiration like?
I'm so far behind on what's happening. Why are we gathering everyone up?
So, we used to have a lore keeper to explain these things, but I'll do my best. We got done with the Phoenix mission and saw that Ozymandias was telling his followers, like, find all of their enemies and help turn them against them, turn them onto our side, and also find all their loved ones and we'll use them against them. So we're like, oh, that's a big problem. And we went back to Seattle, where we discovered that there are like flyers and pamphlets being handed out describing us as like cultists that are bringing the nine hells to Earth and like trying to revive a demon fire god who's going to bring damnation to the world. Essentially, there's a whole bunch of propaganda going around against us, and like townsfolk are spitting at our feet and trying to beat us, sort of thing.
Hey, y'all, it's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
I need to eat.
So essentially, and we know that Varder was here in Seattle and looked around and found a bunch of our loved ones and found out a bunch of our enemies and like reported it to Ozymandias. So we're all like freaking out trying to gather our family
Oh,
members.
yeah. Then they'll get mom, sister, Cass. Definitely.
All right.
You're okay with it.
Would
But
you guys?
also, I remember we discussed it being a bit more dangerous to collect them all and make it and put them all in one easily bombable
Yeah,
area.
but we do need to get them the necklaces though, and then we can kind of
Yeah.
hide them after that.
So yeah, so current plan is take all these family members into one single boat and hope nothing bad happens for about 2 weeks while we go to Unmirage and get some divination preventing necklaces that Elise says she can get us there because she's secretly a princess we discovered. And then take all of our family members to Gyara, where Basu's sort of military father side of the family will supposedly be able to provide them with some protection and like a safe place to stay.
Small correction, and it may have come up. Sister to the queen, not princess.
Close enough.
But yeah, close enough.
Doesn't that make you a princess? Like, I feel like it does. Earlier, like, are you
No, I
a
think
duchess?
daughter of queen is princess.
I actually don't know. I'm sure there's some actual title for it, but
I don't know.
Isn't
The
it like queen regent or something?
Queen Regent is if your son rules, and you're just like he's not old enough to rule
Yeah,
yet.
you're right.
I mean, Queen Elizabeth's husband was a prince, not a king. Who knows what the rules are anymore?
It is princess, actually. It looks like Princess Margaret was the sister of the queen.
yep, it looks like it.
Huh. Okay.
Well, god damn it.
I was right unintentionally.
She's a princess. Like,
She's a
there's
princess.
what other kind of royal would she be?
All right, guys, I need an opinion on. I can say one of two things. I can either say something about how we aren't bad and hope people listen to us by being vague enough, being like, yeah, the posters you see aren't those are lies, or I could say something like New Society Staple owns the Savage Labor Company who steals people and beats them into compliance, funding the Blue Order who failed Eisenhower's Islands.
25 words, right?
That was exactly 25 words.
Oh, that's
Boy, hang on.
This one would give us allies, at least start people coming against them. I didn't have enough to fit anything about Oz.
Oz doesn't work though, because there's 3 different dragons named Oz.
There's like 5, aren't there? Oh, good, a natural 20.
Ooh.
As much as I would really like to turn everybody against the slavers, because I do owe them quite a bit of blood. I think it's better for us if we clear all of our names as opposed to dirtying up somebody else's name. If we just tell them these pamphlets here are full of lies and that
It's going to be really difficult to convey that to cities saying, yes, these pamphlets you've been seeing are all lies. And I guess it would be more direct. My only thought is that if we tell them that New Society Staples is connected to the failing of the islands in Eisenmore, that news will spread. And maybe we get more allies that way, opposed to just being like, yep, these guys aren't evil in one city.
So, Feck, I don't know this, and Norda doesn't either, but surely someone in the party does. Is Eisenmar like a part of the kingdom of Willingquet, or are they kind of two different kingdoms?
Two different kingdoms, but allied, as well as they can be for as far apart as they are. It would be very similar to the modern relationship between like the U.S. and Japan. They're good pen pals.
And as
But-
near as we know, these flyers, at least from what we've been told by Noblesse Oblige, or just Noblesse, is that these flyers are just going out throughout Willingquet, right? And they're written by, like the king of Willingquet.
As far as they can tell, yes. So first of all, like they're up on bulletin boards and maybe like the town square and whatnot. They're not like posted on every door. It's not a tremendous disinformation campaign. But it does seem that they're at least going to the places where adventurers would look to be recruited. But with that said, they're definitely all throughout town here, and they seem to have come directly from Belmoral. In other words, it doesn't seem like it's just here in Seattle.
So all I'm saying is this here is a town where a lot of boats come and go, presumably. I don't know the word presumably. Boats come and go to go all over the world. And if people come to this town from all over the world to trade fish and fruit and such, and townsfolk are all talking about how the flyers are full of lies and they're all just made up and somebody's just lying, that news would spread that way too. If these pamphlets are all over the world.
Okay, I can probably shorten it and combine both of those things. Maybe something about the informant to the king of Willingquet lied about the cause of the current disasters. All right, how does New Society Staples is funding the Blue Order who failed Eisenmar's Islands and has lied to the king of Willingquet of the cause of the current disasters?
There's at least like 12 words in there that I didn't know what they meant, but you got away with words, Little Orc. I'm sure that'll work. This whole putting out news thing is right up your alley. I think you got the right idea.
Hold on, I have one word too many.
All right. If that is the general gist of what you're going to do, though, feel free to just go ahead and send me the 25 words once you've got it cleaned up, and I will start doing some things with it. I just have to roll 32,000 wisdom saves.
Actually, speaking of which, can I do a ping real quick to see how many exact people are in the city?
You sure can. You get.
I'm kidding. You don't have to do
You
that.
get a very large 6-digit number, somewhere in the 800,000s.
All right, I'm going to post this, and then if someone wants to check over it real quick before I make it official, this is your time. Oh, wait, I can remove that to Willingquet's king.
So we have.
And then of can probably be changed to about the cause.
What's the type I say about the cause?
Yeah, let me fix that real quick. I had to change some stuff up.
Grammatical stuff aside, you guys then turn around and begin to sail back out, heading. So here's an important question: are you guys following the coast, or are you cutting across the sea? It would probably add. Let's see, how fast does this thing move?
I mean, we're not really sailing, right? We're flying.
Correct. Yeah, you're flying.
Even flying over the sea is more dangerous, we've found. I don't know. I'm in favor of moving as quick as we can. I'll fight some flying sharks or whatever the fuck if it means it gets Cal 2 days sooner.
I agree.
All right. So let's see. This thing moves 1 hex per 8-hour shift. You guys
Awesome.
have 3 people? Yeah, 3 people capable of sailing.
Yeah. I have 4 castings of non-detection. Which part of the ship do we want, like, blocked from it?
I already got my workshop.
Yeah, the workshop is done. None.
Maybe the kitchen, silly as it sounds, that's where we'll all be gathered up for meals and such.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing.
Other thought is like the wherever this people steer.
The helm.
The helm.
Yeah, the helm, because people have to steer, right?
Also, I made one last change. I added Druidic to it, to the Druidic Blue Order.
Okay, excellent.
That's true. I can't remember. Does the space have to be enclosed?
I don't think so. Let me go check.
For non-detection, I don't think so. Yeah, here's the wording.
Oh, you're using non-detection? Okay.
I said undetection's only on a person, isn't it? Or am I
You
crazy?
can do a place
Oh, but only 10 feet in
10
any
feet cube.
direction.
So like the size of a bedroom.
Yeah, you do like a 10-foot cube around the helm.
And we've ruled that this lasts for a week. I believe.
I believe so. Let me go check.
Really?
Let me go see if that was one of the modified ones, because it doesn't have anything to do with rest.
They
Oh
got
yeah,
an 8 hour.
yeah, there's an 8-hour duration, but then again, like it's got a cost. It's 25 GP per casting.
No, it is not modified.
Gotcha. It probably should be because like it's 25 GP per day.
It's not really related to rest.
What do you mean not related to rest?
It's related to getting a short rest.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna hide for 8 hours, that helps you rest, right?
Well, right, but like if we switch to gritty, but then we extend the duration of all spells, then switching to gritty doesn't mean anything.
But
The only ones that were
no,
modified are
by that
things.
I mean like this is an 8-hour duration, and usually like you cast this thing every day to hide yourself.
Uh,
And
this
if you're only going to recover like not all your spell slots
I'd buy that
every
argument
day,
for for like
Yeah.
water breathing, which lasts 24 hours. I would buy
Yeah.
that lasting for a short rest. But I mean that doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think I don't think that this needs to be unmodified. I think this is fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, this one is not modified. It is rules as written still.
but like it's 25 GP per casting,
It is.
Do you need money?
probably.
And
I only
or-
have 100 gold.
I have 2,400
I was gonna say, bear in mind, you guys are still
That's so
sitting on a
good.
fuckload of coinage to
Yeah,
offload.
but we don't exactly have free diamonds lying around.
Also, we have better uses for diamond dust. Like, just let me use private sanctum instead, because non-detection's like, barely even a quarter of the area that
Yeah,
private sanctum gets, and it doesn't last as long. So
it's true.
I assume that the benefit of non-detection is that you can put it on a creature and they can walk around with it.
I could
I
put
think you
this
can
in
also hit an
someone.
object.
Yeah.
Oh, can you? That's really creepy. I typed in 5e into Google search, and the first that popped up was private sanctum. My computer's listening.
Yeah, so this is like if we're walking around, we have to leave the warded area.
I think it all might be making more than it's worth anyway. Because unless we're gonna make sure that every single person on the boat and every bit of the boat is protected, they're gonna find a way to see us, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can always keep an eye out for any sensors that pop up.
Yeah, I mean that seems
And-
like our best protection.
Isn't Gale's workshop protected too? We can put people in there.
Yeah, I just mean
It's a small
it's pretty
area.
small.
Yeah,
And
it's
we
Leah's
barely
taking up
by
about
10
half
feet.
that airspace or half of that space.
Yeah, but Leah doesn't need to be in there. She has a necklace.
True, I just mean we can't fit. I mean, we just brought all of Flick's family and 10 kobolds and 10 Kuatoa and 10 of us, Eddie, and we got a pretty full boat here. I don't think we can keep everyone on the boat protected from these things unless someone else has got a good trick up their sleeve. Seems to me the best thing to do is just keep an eye out for them eyeballs, which you saw the other day, and save your magic for other things. All I'm saying is I think if they want to find us bad enough, they can do it. I don't think we got a way to protect all of us against it.
They can try, but you've got tools.
Yeah, we'll just stop by Wake me up when we get to an area where we can get our gold and buy materials.
So I was hoping to do some crafting in Sea Toll, but we're wanted criminals there.
I mean, I could craft in Sea Toll.
Well, I just
I
need
have
also dollars.
disguises. Selling stuff is gonna be an issue.
Yeah, I have like 70 gold, so I need to figure out how to get some dollars first.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find a place to exchange all this heavy bullshit we have.
All right. You guys watch as Ace performs a little ritual, and for a moment you see the clouds begin to kind of shift, but then by the time it actually takes form, he's the only one that sees the final product, and for the rest of you, the clouds just seem to kind of go back to normal. And for what it's worth, you guys can roll wisdom saves if you want.
I was gonna say.
I don't look at it. I refuse.
All right. You cast your eyes away, and don't look towards the sky, and are not able to see its effects. If anybody does look to the sky at any point, feel free to make a wisdom save. Although I assume most of you already accept what's going on here. And I'll deal with some stuff back in the thing. But for now, let me go ahead and get some piloting checks as you guys start to head across the sea.
Yeah. So, what item? What are the gemstones I need? Still stones, to make an item that's like, hey, you can sleep 24 hours or more and just regain double mana every day.
I mean, you could potentially make something with third level stones that lets you squeeze in like one extra rest every week, and it would probably share a cooldown with catnap. What you're asking for is a pretty tall order. I mean, you could potentially do it with like 9th level stones, or maybe even 8th level stones.
I suppose it literally takes me out of the game for 24 hours. I feel like it's a
Yeah.
it's a proper trade.
So if it was possible, everyone would do it, and then everybody would have twice as much mana as they do. It's
Sure, just everyone can casually get rid of 24 hours of. You know how important 24 hours is for people who can craft.
Yeah, people have tried to do what you're doing, and some of them have had legendary effects with legendary stones. It's not something that can be done on a super affordable scale.
Oh, they're legendary, are they? Where can we find them?
Boy,
that's my next quest. I will find those stones.
Sure, give me a history check or an arcana check if you want.
I will give you both.
With a 34, you've heard tales that there are a few of these legendary stones that are kept safe within the vault of the royal family of Belmoral. You would also imagine that a lot of others have made their ways into the hands of royalty. You're fairly certain that some of the Fey kings and queens have some in their courts. Stones of this power tend to find their way into the hands of powerful people, which means they could be owned by kings or legendary adventurers, perhaps.
Sweet. Why do they need it?
Because they can do extremely powerful magical effects sometimes.
No. Specifically, I'm looking for an item that you've mentioned of legendary quality that lets you sleep 24 hours and gain double mana.
Oh, you've never heard any stories of that kind of
item? Not everyone has mana. Why would this matter to everyone?
Yep, you've never heard any tales of that specific item.
Cool. But it's possible with these legendary stones.
Theoretical, if you get a very powerful stone, it might be doable.
Noted. Balmoral's royalty has some.
Alright, with a 27 sailing check, the first day goes pretty smoothly. You guys are able to get another short rest.
So much rest. I could rage twice right now if I wanted to.
Before the rest, I have to figure out what food I am eating.
You're not you when you're hungry, nomad.
It's also one of my tenets, and I try to stick to those.
Eating is... Oh yeah, that's right. That is actually one of your tenets, yep.
Don't skip breakfast.
Yeah, never skip it. It leads to the death of your friends.
You're looking pretty hungry for a nomad, but there ain't a whole lot of brains up here.
We have one dragon brain in one of these portraits, but we don't have any more magic inks. So if we take the dragon parts out, it's staying out.
Did we
Uh,
not take? Did we not take one of the heads of the druids we found in Dragon's Roost?
I believe it. At least I make it a habit to collect heads. I just don't see what's the point in like, because they're not bad people, right? Like, definitely I have their heads because I want to steal their spells.
I was gonna say I do remember that you grabbed the heads of the 2 dead druids
Yeah,
in Firebird's Roost.
yeah. I made a note of that, but I don't know if eating them would be a thing Nomad would do.
Are you worried that does eating them like eat their souls or something?
It's the principle of it. I'm trying to have impractical morals because people seem to be people seem to like that sort of thing. It doesn't make sense to me.
For a nomad, something I've learned over the years is even the best people tend to throw them morals out the window when they get hungry enough.
Fucking accurate. Hungry people are the worst.
If you're hungry, that I don't know much about souls or afterlife or none of that, but I don't think there's nothing left in that head but meat and juice.
Well, at the very least, we'll get information out of them. Well, here's the thing. We have 4 portraits. Um, each of them are holding half a dragon because we couldn't fit them in one whole one. And I feel, at the very least, we could start crafting these dragons. I can make lots of money
I could use lots
turning
of money.
yeah, turning these dragons into things we can sell. Dragon bone is very valuable because it increases the number of stones you can put inside them.
Yeah, I was hoping to maybe have you and Gale and Ace tinker on putting one of these masks in an item for me, so I could use some money for all that. So if we want to get one of these dragons out and you have some supper and I can start butchering dragon.
We can also figure out what questions to ask the dragon. Should
Are
we ask
these
where Ozymandias lives?
are these Brimroxafel and the other one, the 2 from Fiber's
Yeah,
Roost?
yeah,
Yep.
the 2 of them.
So
I
no,
ate one of them already,
okay, so
but
we
like,
ate one of those brains, but we got one more.
yeah, we got another one, and they were preserved, so they're fine.
Yeah, just knowing where Oz is could be helpful. I mean, I know that we know where Ozymandias is, or at least we think we do,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know, Gale, do we know where Ozymandias is?
No, but Asdirith probably would know.
Yeah. Do you have any questions we might want to ask this creature? I think I only get one anyway from eating.
Yeah, I think so.
It's also a lot of brain.
I mean, we don't even really know what the dragons were really doing there, do we? In Little Hell?
Yeah, we do. That was the first memory we
Yeah.
have of them. Is Ozymandias told them to go there and collect these dead stillstones and the sulfur and send it back through that statue. In exchange, they would get a hoard of copper and silver. And they were also specifically instructed that they needed to like eat the Kuoto and kobolds, presumably to get their weird blessing, maybe. And they were told that eating them would make them less powerful and ruin their breath weapons, but also that they would gain new powers instead.
Yeah, like
But
the
we
thing.
never really knew what like the point why they were sending the sulfur and the soulstones. We still don't know like who it was being sent to or why.
Well, didn't Nomad had a vision of them magically putting sapped stillstones into things to cancel magic? So maybe they were sapping the magic out of the stone used to further damage stillstones?
Well, from what I remember, which is not very good because I don't take notes because we have vlogs and I keep meaning to watch it, is shit. They were put in this island to collect what the kobolds were mining. So the sulfur and also the gems and shit that they bring to them. And in exchange they were given extra powers, and they were paid with silver and copper. The extra powers came from the still stones stuck inside them, and they were also meant to eat the kobold and Kuatoa to change their physiology, and that was like an experiment thing.
So, do you think that eating the Kuato and Kobold is what allowed them to have gems put inside of them?
I'm not sure. I could ask if that's what.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense. That's why it worked on Gale and hasn't worked on anybody else, because he's got that blood.
Yeah, it might work in Ace, but I don't want to try.
Let's put still stones in Ace. Pluck your eye
No,
out.
no.
Just get like a funnel for like geese and just start just pouring them down his throat.
Foie gras head.
What? Sorry, I was checking a spell. Oh. I feel like I've missed something deeply important.
I was speculating, so we know that the
Foie gras.
well, Nomad was speculating that the reason the two dragons and Firebird's Roost were eating the Kuatoa was to gain the ability to have still stones implanted to them without it killing them. And I was speculating that that's the reason that Gale was able to have still stones implanted into him was because he has keeper blood. And then we were speculating that we could pluck Ace's eye out and put a still stone in it just like Gale has.
Oh. I mean, that should have been obvious by this point, but okay.
Isaac, I'm a slow learner, and I blame it on Nordo's intelligence.
I'm just being an asshole.
I think it did actually literally come up last session though, because you guys like passed around the stone to try like absorbing it.
Yeah, but it never clicked.
I never made the connection to that being why the
Yeah.
dragons were eating it, was to be,
We were
be
kind
able to
of-
become stillborn.
The thing is that it didn't work with Gale though, so.
I think it started to work and he pussied out.
Yeah, the very Gale thing to
He has
to
PTSD.
fuck up that data because it's Gale.
No, it worked. We were trying to see if we could imbue still stones with power or take the power away. And instead of doing either of those, it tried to burrow into my hand like a fucking alien.
Yeah,
So-
the other Kuato, the other Kobold, it actually like repowered.
Yeah, it might be because
I'm
you're
sorry
not.
about your precious fucking data.
We
But
need the
neither-
data, Gale.
The other
You
kobolds
did
aren't
not
keep-
even say that. Like Gale doesn't say out loud, "Hey, it tried to burrow in me." All he said was like, "It hurt me," and that's why Nomad was like, "So did it hurt you spiritually, emotionally, physically?" I need more data, Gale. I'm trying to help you here. Like,
The
I
above.
can't help you with emotional shit. Like,
Look, I can put still stones into my body if I eat them, but that's the only way.
okay.
Do they stay crunchy in milk?
Yeah, but what's the difference between like crushing the still stone in your mouth and crushing it in your hand, right?
You don't have as many nerve endings in your stomach.
I suppose. Do you?
No,
if
it's
you
because I'm not fucking Diodara. I don't have mouths in my hand.
like, so you are eating them. You're actually crushing it and eating it, digesting it.
Yeah.
The
You
mouth
have
is not where you
powerful-
digest food.
He has powerful teeth. If you can like crush still stones and not have them explode in your mouth.
This must be some physiological things. I must do experiments. Not on live subjects. Who has died?
That sounds worse.
He looks around. Who has died?
Let's go kill some flying sharks.
I was about to say that as this discussion about which dragon brain to eat and what questions to ask, as it happens, there is a small flock of these bizarre, like, flying manta rays that have beaks for some reason. And, like, you guys are level 17? You guys are level 17. This particular fight is not an issue. But it does happen along the way. There's a small encounter. If you want to play it out, I'd be happy to whip them up real quick.
I'm gonna keep some to eat afterwards.
Hell yeah.
No man, he's asleep. But
Are we
yeah,
done?
no. The idea is this should be done earlier because the earlier it's done, the more times Nomad can regain mana while also fabricating things,
Yeah, I'd say eat up. I
and
don't
also
know
the
what
questions we can ask. Yeah, we might as well start making dragon hide stuff and more armor.
I think just real down to earth. Where is Ozymandias? Might be our best bet.
Sure.
It's a little simple, but it's something we need to know. Unless anybody else has a better idea.
Does Gale already know and is
Does
you
not
know
know, or at
just
least he says
forgetting
he
to tell us about it?
He has been asked in character and doesn't
Yeah.
know, or said he doesn't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
God, do I actually know and I'm not telling them?
Give me a history check.
That looks
He
so
was
easy.
in willing quit the entire time.
Do that. How do you just roll double digits on a history like that?
Right. Fucking Darushka it.
With proficiency and intelligence, there.
You would know at the very least that he showed up or was rumored to show up during the Korax War. He spent a lot of time over in Korax. He was never seen farther east than Korax. There, you would probably get the sense, or you would have the knowledge that during the war there were obviously a lot of attempts to find him and kill him. And most of the time, he wasn't anywhere here. It seems that he probably has some sort of faraway home or the ability to teleport, perhaps. It seems like he doesn't make his abode anywhere like nearby in this region. And there were attempts to find him during the war, and they were all kind of unsuccessful. A lot of the time, it would show him just on different planes. Sometimes he was on the plane of fire. Sometimes he was just different places. I don't know. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know exactly. You would know that he's very hard to find, and all attempts to find him have been unsuccessful.
Is that called more reason to ask where he is?
Yeah.
Seems like they might not know where he is.
Either they might not know, or they might have a clue as to how to contact him or how to find him, aside from
Anyway,
just sending.
Last
When
time
I
you
ask how to contact him instead of where he is, then.
Yeah. Usually it's just sending, right?
maybe how to get to him, because when you ate one of them other brains, didn't you tell me that you saw them like in person with Ozymandias talking to him? I think they've met with him in person at least.
Oh, that's true. We could try that.
Ask
How
him
to
how to get to him, how to meet with him, how they met with him, something like that. Well, who knows? It could have changed. Dragons they live a whole long time, but
Yeah, here's the wording. I imagine the dragon's intelligence is at least 8.
Very intelligent, yeah. All right. So you're going forward with how did you contact Ozymandias? Or how did you meet Ozymandias? Which one of those?
I think it was how does one go about contacting Ozymandias,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
works for me.
All right. The process of consuming a dragon's brain is very long and drawn out, and really you only need to get like a normal brain-sized amount before you feel full. But it is enough to start experiencing some of these visions and memories. And as you do, you're taken back to that familiar scene of the two of them in what appears to be just an enormous dark cave, just kind of dimly lit, enough to show yourself and a couple of other dragons, and then this one looming enormous dragon in front of you, with these kind of sickly glow in his eyes and bits of exposed bone. And what would he actually know? He would know that, first of all, there was magic used to communicate back and forth, like sending or dream, just any sort of long-distance communication spell, usually sending. But in order to actually meet... Ooh, give me a luck check, actually.
Okay. guess they haven't met.
They definitely have. You experience a vision of this dragon flying up the side of the volcano. It looks very familiar to you. It looks like Firebird's Roost and Little Hell. The two of them flying in tandem. And there's this kind of feeling of nervousness, like when somebody says we need to have a talk, but they don't say what it's about. You can feel that awful wrenching feeling in the pit of your gut as these two dragons are flying up this volcano. They eventually reach the top, where you can see that there's this obsidian foundation, this pillar in the middle of the caldera. You can see one of them fishes out one of the halves of the key, and then the other does as well. They place these two halves of the key together and then insert it into the socket, and you watch as this portal, the one that you guys took to get to Firebird's Roost, emerges. It springs up, this fiery ring. And then you watch as they step through, and as they step through, rather than appearing where you guys appeared in Limbo and the Elemental, or the Firebird's Roost, they are in this dark place. You can see that there are twisting lights all around, these faint strings of different colors that seem to be miles and miles and miles, thousands of miles away. Just like a faint etching of light in these trace lines in all directions. They seem to be kind of almost floating in space, weightless. You can feel the sensation of all the gravity being sucked out. And there, they seem to just linger for about 30 or 40 minutes, until all at once there is this kind of cracking and rumbling noise, and you watch a stone just appears around them, like it's being shaped by some force, until it eventually forms this cave, and then almost just like appearing, dissolving in front of them, dissolving in reverse, is Ozymandias and several other dragons. And that is what they remember of going to meet him. And then about that time you run out of brain and your stomach is full and the visions end.
Does he like sip on their brain like one long noodle
That's...
and it just unravels?
Oh, God, I really hate that thought. But that's up to you.
I don't actually know how brain consistencies are like. I feel like it's Jello.
What'd you find out, Nomad?
I tell them all this.
Well, that ain't terribly helpful.
It
Thanks
is
for trying.
not.
You look much better. Look like your belly's full at least.
You feel much better. I feel perhaps a little calmer now.
Alright, somebody give me a sailing check for today.
I'm gonna start working on this.
Oh, right, the working. So I have to ask, where are you putting half of a dragon on this boat?
It'll help
Wherever it
start
would
to
fit.
break it down and butcher it a little bit. If that helps.
Probably on the deck. That's like the biggest place, right?
I think so, yeah, just right up on top deck.
Oh my goodness, roll 20.
This is rough.
What?
It's just
It's very
like,
slow.
it's
Yeah.
really slow for me for some reason.
It's still loading very slowly.
My like sprites are
Yeah.
popping up one at a time.
Black
Yeah,
screen that says
it's-
loading for me.
It's fully done on my end.
Huh.
Why is it different for everyone? Roll 20. Oh, it's coming in now. There's a screen and there's boats and our icons are in. Okay, now it's done.
Alright. Okay, so in theory...
Half of a large dragon.
Oh no, they weren't
Really?
large, they were gargantuan.
Were they your guys? Their tokens weren't.
Sure were. Boy. You could probably just kind of spill it out into the Stern Castle long enough to spend, like, several hours, most of an evening, kind of chopping it into bits. That way you can start taking it indoors down to the cargo bay. It is like the ship is full. Like you cannot safely get a whole lot more cargo on here at this point. But you'd be able to do that.
Sorry, a lot of the meat is going to be chucked out anyway. But Roman's gonna be spending just 10 minutes at a time transforming parts of it into like armor, hides.
Okay. Are you using fabricate to do this?
Yes.
All right. I do have to ask. You said the meat was being chucked out. Do you literally just throw a bunch of meat into the ocean?
That sounds like a horrible idea.
I think we're gonna be just throwing chuck out is like a metaphor, I suppose, for just removing the meat from existence.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
We could burn
how,
it. We
how
could
are
do
you
something.
removing the meat from existence?
We can feed it to sharks if we want.
All
Does
right.
that sound okay
Are you throwing it overboard?
right
So-
now?
I feel like Hey, Flick, how horrible of an idea is it for us to just chuck meat to the ocean?
I mean, that's
Pretty stupid.
chumming. You're gonna get a bunch of fish and bigger fish, and
It's filled with aberrations right now. The sea. So chucking meat over, I feel, would like attract them.
yeah, not great, probably.
Well, we're flying, and
So
they're in the
kind
water, so
I guess that's fair, maybe. Except for the ones that can probably also fly.
If they could fly,
Yeah.
they probably would have.
But also, like, if you had free food, why would you go after not free food?
I feel like maybe the most dangerous thing is keeping a bunch of free meat on the boat where wild fine things can come for it.
That's probably a better point. Yeah, just say chuck it if we're up high enough.
Those seagulls. We're just gonna chuck the things we're not using.
All right.
So
Dragon's
to start
head?
doing it, and it's just like I'll just show up parts to nobody, be like, chuck it or keep it, and just go through that for the rest of the night.
He's got like a pile of just like meat cubes.
Yep, whatever he says,
Just
chuck, I just chuck
like-
off. Chuck
Like,
forward.
yeah, this is useless to us. This is useless to
Yeah.
us. This is useless.
Nordo explicitly does not keep any of it for eating because this stuff had like stillstones in it, and probably don't want to eat it.
Yeah, and actually, even as you're dissecting it, like the meat is kind of gray and sickly and stringy. It does not look appetizing to begin with.
Operations will enjoy this, maybe.
Sure enough, lots of things seem to be enjoying it. Flick is a good sailor, and you've rolled good checks. He keeps the ship high, so that there's a lower chance of being caught up in this feeding frenzy. But what essentially happens is the start of a whale fall in this path that you guys are sailing, where local predators show up first and scavengers, and then all of the commotion draws bigger scavengers and then predators for those scavengers, and then that turns into a feeding frenzy. And you do see that, like, at some distance behind you, there is kind of just a commotion on the surface of the ocean as this feeding chain erupts into just a total frenzy. But you're staying high up enough and far enough ahead of it that it doesn't really turn into a thing that affects you. Aside from every once in a while, you have to swat off a couple of flying sharks that get they smell some of the blood still on your ship and decide that sounds like fun.
We're ruining the ecosystem.
So we're just ruining
Ruining.
ecosystem.
Boonga boonga nature.
No, nature will be fine. It's just meat.
Unga bunga natural life balance.
Circle of life.
Yeah. Just tell me however many fabricates it needs.
All right, so let me go see fabricate.
Just 10 minutes. It's 10-foot cubes worth of items.
Once you disassemble this all and kind of get all the bones together,
The hides?
probably two, and the hides together. Yeah, the hides actually going to be much more volume than the bones. It'll probably be 3 total castings to convert the bottom half of a dragon into usable stuff.
The upper half. Right?
Or yeah, the
It's got
upper, right, because of the brain. Yep.
The head.
That does mean you get some of the teeth in there too, which is very good. You can get a lot of daggers out of that.
I might want to before turning the head into something neat. I want to see Speak with Dead. Does Speak with Dead work with only humanoids?
I think it works with everything. We'll check. Yeah, doesn't look like it has a limitation.
Cool. This is the best time to use my new ability. So just putting his hand on the dragon's head after fucking sucking its brain out like Slurpees.
Gross.
Sticks the straw in it, starts sipping. He also communicates with it. Hey, how you doing? He doesn't ask that question.
All right, you watch as this kind of skull-cracked skeleton just kind of rolls onto its side, and you hear this awful wheezing noise and a low guttural groan. But it does look with some contempt in your direction, waiting for questions.
Let me pull up the. Fuck, where did I put it? Is it in class? Is it in the background? Oh, okay, it's right. Sorry, Roll20 is really slow.
Right.
Fuck. Give me a sec. It's loading really slow.
No prob. It's doing the same for me.
Shit, it even copy pasted the wrong thing. There is something
Is
wrong.
it this?
Yeah, it's that part.
Cool. All right, then actually, unlike a normal casting of Speak with Dead, the connection you make with this is a more telepathic and psionic experience. You kind of begin to draw latent energy from the thoughts that were once a part of this creature. And you can ask questions still, but they come to you as sort of visions or memories, not unlike when you eat its brain.
Yeah.
So hit me. You get 5.
Yeah, 5 questions, guys.
The whole time you're batting off seagulls that are trying to peck apart some of this dragon meat. It's a chaotic scene.
Ugh.
I probably just separate smaller pieces for them to eat. Just like here, there are small edible pieces for you. Don't bother. But yeah, we get 5 truthful questions from Speak with Dead. What should we ask?
What are we asking? Sorry, I was reading a thing and I got distracted.
Well, I mean, a good thing to ask probably would be, what does it know about the overall plan?
That's one of the things then. First question.
All right, you start to get little bits and pieces here. This dragon knows that it was sent here to consume these things in an effort to change its own physiology, and especially its connection to the weave, and its ability to travel through planes in an unusual manner. You would learn that whatever the end goal here is, it has to do with planar travel. The ability that it used to open the portal and end up somewhere different was new to it. It was unusual to it. It was probably the result of whatever this plan is.
That they're trying to go to another plane.
Hmm.
Should we ask what they plan to do?
Well, I mean, my theory is it sounds like maybe they're going to the plane where all the trapped souls are, you know? Like that plane that we went to when we got Sam's body.
Sounds probable.
I mean, it makes sense too, right? Like we went there from that place.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be it.
We already know that they're trying to go home, whatever that means.
Do you want to ask what that means?
Sure. Where was Ozymandias' home?
Hey, Patches.
Yeah.
Are there any dragons named Ozymandias, whatever world you said you come from before you drew from that magic cards?
Um,
All right, then. Worth checking.
Insight check.
go for it.
That's the second question, though.
You begin to receive bizarre visions. The one that would most prominently come to mind from this dragon's memories is when it was very young, a young dragon, the size of a school bus. It was in kind of a mountainous region. There's snow caps, and you can see that it is. It's getting something implanted into its shoulder. And in fact, from the memory, you probably get the sense that it was one of the first stones that was implanted. And it still aches and the shoulder hurts and it looks kind of necrotic. But this dragon is practicing casting a spell. It seems to be trying to use magic to cast a spell, and it does so successfully. And the teaching dragon, who's not Ozymandias, but it's an older dragon that seems to be kind of instructing, says, "There it is. You felt it. Home. The weave. We're close, aren't we?" And that is kind of where the vision ends. Ace, you get the sense he's telling the truth. Like, there's no odd behavior other than its patches.
Yeah. This ties in with what we've learned about dragons having a stronger connection to the weave. That's why their bones, for example, are able to increase the capacity of still stones put in them, rather have a higher volume limit. That dragons come from the weave or a plane very closely tied to the weave. They're trying to regain magic or learn to cast magic, because it's anyone can learn magic eventually. I don't see why a dragon couldn't spend 100 or 1,000 years to learn magic. They want to become one with magic, one with the weave. This is what is home to them. What do I know of dragons in this respect?
Oh my god, I'm certain this has already come up. Give me history or arcana.
Which one is more feasible to use for this?
They would both be applicable here. You're going to get about the same either way.
Well, I'm a magic man. Let's do it. It rolled, I promise. It's just not coming up.
God, I have like
Here you
nothing
go.
else open, and Roll20 is running at like 3 frames per second. With a 24, you know that dragons are very closely connected to the weave, that their skin and their bones, and their teeth and their hearts and their eyes are all very magic receptive. They're very valuable as spellcasting components. They tend to learn magic very quickly. Their bloodline usually grants magic to other species. But you wouldn't really know a whole lot more than that. Just that dragons seem to have a very close connection to magic. They seem to be a good conduit to the weave.
Third question. If this answers the question satisfyingly, at least.
Yep, that's what you get. While he's coming up with the last few questions, let me get a sailing check for the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, while this is all going on, I'm going to be walking the ship, looking out for any like scrying orbs that appear.
Absolutely.
And for what it's worth, it shouldn't affect anything like story-wise. But at some point, like shortly after we left Seattle, Nordo was going to go down to the workshop and just talk to Leah about everything that happened and like fill her in on the situation.
Okay.
So she's up to date with everything.
For sure. Excellent. I'm trying to think if there's anything that she would react to there other than just being glad that you're safe. Let's see. Over there. She does kind of, I don't know, she posits a thought. You mentioned that, you've got some weird connection to the elementals or something like that. Are you gonna have to do this at some point? What are you doing in all this?
Nothing like that. If I have any choice in the matter, I told Moat as much. When I set out for the monastery, my job was just to protect Moat and help him with his mission, and that was easy enough when we was just going and looking for things in old temples and, collecting bones. But when it starts coming down to talking about giving up souls to resurrect some big elemental or being reborn and living forever and balance, it's all above my head. But
Yeah, this is crazy. This is like, it sounds like fairy tale stuff.
yeah, it's all I really know is I done touched that heart and got some earth power from it, but I think that's where my involvement in all this ends, at least as far as I know. Moat thinks there's more to it than that, but I don't know. You said that the company been looking for me since well before I touched that heart, so maybe there's something more to it, but I don't see as there's anything real special about me that sets me apart in all this.
Interesting. Well, here's hoping that there isn't some big anything about it. Honestly, I just want to go home. I just want to go home.
Yeah, no, I do too. If there was nothing else to it, I'd just go back there now, take a seat, and live out the rest of my days in peace. But I don't think we'd be left alone to do it. I think we gotta wrap up these loose ends before we can go home and really feel at peace there, not feel like someone's looking over our shoulder all the time.
Yeah, well, get these bastards what for?
Yeah, we'll start with that.
Jumping back up to Nomad, you start to get a few fleeting visions. Names that have come up in conversation that they've overheard. Ozadirith comes up. Azorafil comes up. Somebody named Mac comes up.
Big Mac.
And
Spell the other one,
Got it.
Azorafil?
Azorafel, yeah. I think that's the right spelling. I'll check my notes in a second.
Oh, another Oz. Ooh, that's a new one. Did we hear of Azorafil before? I don't think we have.
It's not familiar to me.
Those would be the biggest names that come to you in these visions. Yep.
Should the next question be who are Azorafil and Mac?
We've heard the name Mac once before. It was the big fire giant what was giving orders to Phyllis A.
Oh yeah, Big Mac.
Big Mac, but the really big guy named Mac, who was in cahoots with the chicken named Phil A.
Mm.
But don't know who Azorafel is.
Phil A is dead, right?
She's got away, I think. Last time we seen her was in Seattle. She chased Ace around half the city, and he got away, and that's the last we saw of her.
No, that was Wendy, isn't it?
And that was
No,
Phyllis
that was
A.
Phil.
Oh, that was Phil.
We saw
Shit.
Wendy sailing away a boat full of food people with the king on it.
Was it fresh, never frozen beef?
Pretty sure it was fresh, never frozen beef.
Was that one of their crewmates? Was that a tabaxi named Fresh Never Frozen Beef?
That is such a perfect tabaxi name.
God damn it.
But what would you call them? Just fresh
Beef.
I'd call it beef for sure.
beef?
Call him beef.
Where's the beef? when it
And they're
comes to-
not even like a big old beefy cat. They're just a little guy.
he's just a little guy.
Fucking runt looking dude. Hey, this is beef.
When it comes to Mac, though, that is all we know about him is that he's some big giant gave orders to fill a say. We don't know anything else, so
Yeah.
couldn't hurt more, I guess.
Yeah, there are 2 more questions. Should we ask what he knows about Mac? And then Azorafel?
I have kind of a selfish question, but
Yeah, you can.
actually, I don't know. I mean, you just basically asked this. The name Anton did not come up in names that are working with Ozymandias, I presume. I missed the actual answer, but if that wasn't in there, then my other question is
Yeah, that name was not in this particular vision. This dragon doesn't know about that.
Yeah, this
Gotcha.
dragon in particular, Nomad explains, doesn't know about this connection if there were one.
yeah. So I'd like to know that. I suspect it to be true, but if this dragon don't know, then ain't no good asking him about it.
Hmm. So I could ask about Mac and Azorafel, if they might be a thorn in our sides later.
I say start with Azorafel, and that might lead to more questions because I think we
Do
kind of
you
know that.
like that? Do you like my metaphor?
I don't know what the word metaphor means. What's that mean in Orcish?
Unga bunga lie words.
It's so like nouns are one thing and verbs another thing. But like earlier you said you didn't know the word presumably, and like how the fuck do you explain presumably? I don't know. Like what is Orcish for presumably?
When you assume
Presumably
something.
is- Yeah, you'd have to just describe it. There'd be no
Ah.
word.
Presumably Unga bunga, obviously.
I will
Yeah.
do some research.
Unga Bunga think something's true for sure, but don't actually know.
Unga Bunga
Unga
doubt.
bunga,
Maybe Unga
Unga
Bunga either
Bunga, good assumption.
seemingly or Unga Bunga doubtless. I think would be the best one.
Those are both good.
What was that, Gil?
Bunga Bunga, good assumption.
Yeah, the assumption though
That's pretty good.
too.
Good guess.
Good guess.
Yes, yeah, there we go.
They're a
Unga Bunga
good guess. We're slowly unlocking the orc language. It's
I'm glad that-
like
I'm glad this stupid running joke for like session 2 has stuck around.
it's like learning Albed from Final Fantasy X. Collecting all the letters.
With Mac, I kind of feel like we at least know the basics of it. He's involved with the New Society staples, and they were funding everything what was going on in Firebird's Roost. So I'd say start with Azorafel and see if we learn something new that gives us an idea for another question.
Yeah.
Give me a luck check.
Shit. Me? Yeah, I cast the spell. I might as well. My luck is not very good though. Here. Oh, whoops! It didn't even type proper. Oh, it worked. It's a 4.
Azorafel is a name that has come up, but this dragon does not know who it is.
Okay. This one doesn't know who Azorafel is, but he knows he's acquainted with Ozymandias.
Yeah, he would have heard. And what would he even know?
Why would he even mention it if he was
Right. He would hear it in a conversation like Azorafel is somebody of higher rank than this dragon, somebody important, probably, an older dragon, who Ozymandias has tasked with some important things and has mostly succeeded in those tasks, which has granted him a position of power.
Does he name the older dragon who was his mentor? Because that seems also kind of important.
Yeah, he would know that name. Double check. Let me make sure that this is not like super. Perithanaxis.
Rithanaxis? That sounds like a familiar name.
Yeah, sounds like Parthenax.
It does. It sounds like. What color were they?
They are gold.
Like the tree. We can't keep thinking the
Every gold dragon is the tree.
every gold dragon we find is the tree.
Actually,
So yeah, I just say this one did not know Azorafel, but the name came up, and this was a dragon of a higher station than this one, probably more powerful, with a big success rate in their endeavors.
well, on to Mac then. Maybe see if they know how Mac's involved in all this. It couldn't hurt to know what their skin is in the game.
He doesn't happen to know what successes means, does he?
Successes. I imagine based on what he said, it's the missions given to him, and not like things done to him, right?
Yeah, he
Okay.
would in particular,
Or both.
whatever these successes were, it does not seem related to what this particular dragon was involved in. So probably not related to the process of instilling stones or becoming stillborn. Probably something else.
Yeah, I mentioned this. It seems to be pertaining to missions, and not say implanting of still stones or anything. They're kind of unrelated.
As you are thinking of your last question, Flick, at this point, you finally kind of spot. So these seagulls that have been eating at the flesh for like the past 48 hours now are just driving you crazy. And you're doing your best to keep things in check, but like you're doing an adequate job sailing, but the seagulls are just really, really fucking you up. And because they're so distracting, you don't notice right away. It doesn't. It's not until they're probably about half a mile to a mile out that you see another ship, a smaller airship, that kind of rises up out of the cloud cover and seems to be sailing as fast as they can, just really hauling ass in the opposite direction that you're going. And they're on fire.
Oh,
Oh,
They're about half a mile away.
Can I
help
whip out
them?
Yeah.
the spyglass
Oh,
and
I
see if I
was-
can get a better look at
I
what's
was
going
going to. I jump up and try to grab it from you, so I can see too.
on? I'm taller, so I'll look through and then hand it to you if I don't see anything.
All right, you guys can take turns. Each of you give me a perception check.
Since I canonically ride on Nordo's back, can I take a look too?
Hell yeah.
It is
Just
it's
three
well
of
known.
them trying to fit in.
The minimum I can get is 25.
I have terrible perception, but I have that thing you gave me now.
You do. You absolutely do. And it's bizarre too because when you look through it, actually I'll save it because it's going to be fun. Okay, here we go. 24 Ace. Ace, you can tell that it appears to be a human merchant ship. There are a handful of armed guards aboard who are frantically trying to put out this fire. You do see that there is a dead body on the deck of the ship. And one of the like just civilian merchants is trying to pull that body towards the stern castle, prop them up, try to give them some treatment. It looks like it's probably too late. Nordo can see all the same, but he can also see a little bit more about the details of what is going on. You can see that the sails are on fire. You can see that a lot of the hull along the starboard side is on fire. And you can see that several of the armed guards are scorched, including the dead one, who's basically just been charred. His face, his neck, his exposed skin around the wrists and ankles. He just does not look good. He looks like he suffered a lot of burns and died. Gale, you're not quite able to see a lot of the detail on the ship itself, but because of your fancy new ability, you're able to kind of peer through the clouds and see what they're running from. And as you focus your vision and the clouds kind of give way, you're able to see that not far behind them is a bizarre contraption. And the thing it reminds you the most of is the weird submarine device that Marvel made to help you escape, except it's like 40 feet long. It is this cylindrical tube made of some sort of brass-like metal. And you can see that there are 6 exhaust jets on its sides, 3 on either side, that are just firing out plumes of fire. And it seems to be using those almost to like propel itself. And you can see that flying astride this thing are several flaming, large, giant humanoid kind of creatures.
Fire elementals?
Yeah, some sort of fire elemental or something like that. A little bigger than a standard fire elemental, and also a little bit more humanoid in shape. They seem to be wielding these bright orange flaming scimitars, one in each hand as they chase after this ship. While you guys are deciding what to do with that, though, you've got one last question, Nomad.
About Mac, I guess.
Gotcha. Right. Give me a luck check with advantage.
Sweet. Sorry, it's not even letting me type properly. I don't know why the chat would be affected by this.
It's really bizarre. I'm very tempted to look into like how much of a pain it would be to migrate to Foundry or something.
10.
10. 10 is enough to know the basics. These dragons were briefed about Mac because he lives on the plane of fire, and they were going to be doing business near and around the plane of fire. Mac is a fire giant who works closely with Ozymandias, and provides some sort of economic support. It seems that Ozymandias has some sort of a business dealing with Mac. They exchange goods and services. There's a lot of money that flows back and forth between the two of them. They just seem to supply each other with what the other needs. These dragons have been warned that Mac outranks them. If he has a request, you obey it unless it disagrees or with like Ozymandias specifically. They've basically just been told, like, don't fuck with Mac.
Sounds reasonable.
All right. At this point, the ship is probably about, oh, I don't know, a minute or two away. And it seems to be flying kind of like past you. But more than anything else, it seems to just be trying to run away from the thing behind it. And after like 30 or 40 seconds, the rest of you do see this bizarre contraption just burst up through the cloud cover. This brass cylindrical tube, kind of like a submarine, with a bunch of flame jets propelling it, escorted by these, what you can see now once they break free from the cloud cover. They look like genies or Afridi of some sort. These fire elemental humanoids with these flaming scimitars that are chasing after this ship. Every once in a while, they fire a firebolt towards the ship, and sometimes it goes wide, but then you see one of them crashes into the mast, and you see more of their sails start to catch flame. And you can tell that like it's not going well for this ship.
We gotta help, right? I like draw my weapon.
Are they 600 feet away?
They're still about 2,000 feet away, but they'll be here in a matter of minutes.
I have at least 1 minute.
You would have a minute, yeah.
I'm gonna start casting a spell.
I'm gonna prepare my new fancy thing.
New fancy thing.
Yeah. And we've actually got time for this because I didn't prepare everything for it. So I take my platinum ring and Moat's platinum ring because we broke up last session, as everybody remembers.
I'm sorry for your loss.
And then I am going to cast Summon Construct.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
And I am going to make a let's go with a stone tin man this time.
Perfect.
And then he's going to take one of the rings, and then I'm going to give the other ring to Vasu, and I'm going to give the construct also my new gun, and it's going to cast Warding Bond on Vasu.
Hell yeah.
Then it's going to go hide under the ship.
That's clever.
Super smart.
All right. You guys have time to make any other preparations that you want. You could tell, like, as you kind of look in on the ship that's approaching, they are like waving their hands. They're giving a distress signal. One of them is trying to hoist a flag to signal for help. And you do see that behind them, this contraption starts to turn a little bit so that it can kind of meet you head on.
I do apologize. Which one of you want to fly? Gale, Ace,
I would enjoy
or
being able to fly.
sure. Gale, would you like to fly?
No, thank you.
Nordo? I know you don't like it very much.
Do hate it so much, but if no one else will do it, I suppose I can take it.
Right?
Better
Because
than
you do
falling.
kind of have to go over there and beat shit up close. It's
Flying's
better.
better than falling, I suppose.
I would rather they're within a certain distance before they can shoot fire at us.
But I mean, if we have, I mean, I can always shoot from all the way over here. So
Of
if someone needs to get
course.
close, they have priority over me.
Yeah. Flick, do you need to like fly?
I've got ranged options. I should be okay.
Sure. So it's basically Moat, Nordo. Those are the only people who need to kind of fly, right? Also, I haven't
Yes.
heard Vasu.
I've heard him once or
I'm here.
twice. Yeah, he's
Oh, there you are. Hi. Vasu can fly normally, so this should be fine.
Hey, what's this ring for? I mean, I like you a lot too, but we should maybe talk about this sort of thing later.
It'll help keep you safe.
Oh,
Does Toto want to fly?
No, I don't think Toto likes anything that isn't just being on the ground.
Okay. So this is a 4th level fly spell on Moat and Nordo, and I'm just gonna kind of get in the ship and start firing from a porthole
all right. Excellent.
when things get within 120 feet.
So yeah, the next question I have is what range should I roll initiative? Like who's got the longest range and when do you start firing?
600 feet.
600 feet.
That sounds about right.
All right.
I'll start attacking at like 120 feet or something.
All right. Then
I
we're
guess it
gonna throw
also
things.
depends on the who got flying again.
That's Moat and Nordo,
Gotcha.
so they can start flying closer whenever.
I'll probably
wait,
take a
it's-
rope and tie it around myself that's attached to the ship and kind of go out here. If I could get myself to here.
Cool.
And that way if I fall, I'll have a rope that's going to keep me tethered.
I've already subtracted mana for the 3 fabricates, so I already know that those are gone. But that technically finishes after this.
All right. I'm going to drop this thing onto the map, but it is still 600 feet off. We'll probably have to speed through the first couple of rounds of initiative because only a few folks have a way to fire.
Ace can fire like twice a round. That's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Moat will handle helming the ship since he's not here in character.
Oh, then he doesn't need to fly.
Yeah, if you want to withhold that, that's totally fine.
Does Elise want to fly?
She will appreciate the safety of being able to.
Yeah, just in case she falls. Here,
Sure.
Elise, you can fly now. You and Nordo can fly in case Nordo is flopped over like the rail.
We're both on the same page. Like, I mean, I guess it's better than the alternative.
Yeah. It's better than falling off
But
if we
also-
get rammed.
With our preparation, since we still have a few rounds, can I put a tarp over our dragon parts?
Yeah, you'd be able to do that in a minute. Just like quickly throw a
Yeah.
canvas over it to cover it up.
Kind of weigh it down.
There's
like,
Probably like 8 or 9 seagulls that get trapped in there, but they don't really mind. They've got dinner.
Yeah, and just enjoy small friends.
Also, if Leah is not already below deck, I would like hurry her to get down below deck and hide in the room in case these people are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, houses.
Yeah, she'll stay
Hide
safe.
back. Yeah.
She's got her Geno gun, and I really want to see her use it, but Nordo doesn't.
I am having trouble with this sheet. It is so slow.
Right? Something's got to give.
Try doing it a pop-out window.
Papa?
If you,
It's not a
yeah,
bad idea.
How do you?
at the top of the sheet there should be like a little thing in the top
Gearbox?
left.
Oh, top left.
Yeah.
Player sheet. Oh, that little thing next to my name?
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Uh,
go. Okay,
that'll
I
pop
used
it out.
it. Let's see. It's popped out. It's loading. It's getting there.
Sometimes I find that it loads a little faster and more responsive like that. But
Yeah, if it's
you
faster
also have
than
3 billion tabs, so I don't know. That might make it worse.
I don't know. The tabs haven't been affecting everything I've been doing, at least. Everything runs smoothly except Roll20. It's loading. Our initiatives are already rolled anyway.
They are. I'm still getting monsters, but all the monster sheets are loading real slow too. So.
Well, it's much nicer. It scrolls faster at least, so that's a thing.
I was gonna say it feels like a canvas issue, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh god.
Alrighty. The first thing that happens is this contraption flies straight towards you. What is its speed? 120, that puts it at 480 feet away. And I should probably do this. And then next up is Flick, who says he's going to Eldritch Blast while he handles the ship. Does he have 600 range? I don't think even with the extended thing it has 600.
No. He does have 600 range. He's a sharpshooter and he has a longbow.
He's talking about Flick.
Oh, Flick? No, I don't think so. I thought I heard Ace.
You can
Yeah.
get to 240.
Is it 240? Okay. I thought there was also like an invocation that made it 300.
Yeah.
I think you can make it. You can double its range, I think, or add 300. I forget what it is.
It makes the range 300, and which you can double to 600 with the feat.
Gotcha.
Double the spell sniper or whatever. But I
Yeah.
don't know what he has.
Yep. Either way, if he is in range, we'll do it when he gets back. But for the time being, he's gonna wait. Elise is gonna spend some hit dice first of all, but I don't think she has anything she can do. So it brings us to these guys. Have nothing they can do at this range.
And dice, we had a
She got
long rest.
Oh yeah, she just goes to full. Good call. I need to make sure to give her mana back too for those 2 rests. All right,
Yeah.
brings us to Vasu. If you have anything you can do from 480 feet away.
I don't believe I do.
All right, Ace.
I'm gonna aim at something that hasn't acted yet. I guess the stooped Ifrit.
Yeah, you can see as this thing gets closer that there are these 3 Ifriti that are kind of flying as fast as this thing, almost. Just kind of right behind it. And they seem to be headed your way.
Well, I'm assuming they're not humanoids or aberrations.
They are not.
Oh, I didn't announce it. I'll do it next time.
That is a hit for 36. You fire a shot, and one of these things takes it basically right across the ear. There's a ripping of flesh, and you see a gout of flame that pours out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a -5 to do a +10.
All right.
For the next 2 attacks.
That
21
still
hit.
hits for another 17.
And then same for this one.
21 minus 5 is 16. That one actually goes
No,
wide.
no, Elven accuracy.
Oh, Elven
is-
accuracy, you're right. Yep. So yeah, that is another good hit for 20.
All right, and then I'm going to. They're still really far away, right?
Yeah, 600 feet.
Probably can't do anything with my bonus action. Other than I'm assuming I can't hide where I'm at.
Yeah, not from
I'll
there,
just-
no.
I'll just brace myself.
All right, Nomad, you got anything from this far?
What range?
The ship is 480. Everything else is still 600.
No. I'm doing some prep.
All right. That brings it to these guys. They're all gonna dash. How far do they get on a dash? It's something crazy. Okay, cool. They are able to keep up with the ship by dashing. Gale, do you have anything from here?
480, negative at the moment. I do make sure that the construct is down below deck, and I do warn Vasu to remain within 60 feet of the ship.
Yep. Awesome. That'll bring us to Nordo. If you have anything in here. All right.
Looks like Flick is back.
Awesome. Do you
I'm
have
here.
anything you can do from 480 feet away? I don't know what the range of your Eldritch Blast is. Okay.
No.
All right. Flick is up next again, but still out of range.
Yep.
Ace.
All right, bonus action aim again, and then I'm going to do the same -5 for 10 more damage.
All right. On one of the Ifriti.
Yep. $23 to hit,
23 is good for 46 total.
and then one other one that's just going to be normal because I don't have advantage. Yeah, I'll just do normal. No, well, I might as well do a -5. It's not going to do much damage otherwise. So I'm going to do a -5 to see if we do more damage. We'll see what happens.
23 still hits for 20 points of damage. And you can see that this one that you've been harrowing is not looking good already. He looks like he might not even make it to the ship.
Cool. That's my turn.
All right, the envoy is going to continue. It is now 360 feet away. Elise has nothing. These guys dash to keep up. These guys have nothing. Nomad, anything from 360?
No. Tea. Tea? I don't drink tea, but, you
Perfect.
know, I can make some.
Alright. Nothing for Vasu, I think. Nothing from these. Anything from 360 Gale?
Don't think so.
Alright, new round. Basically just playing how many shots does Ace get off. There we go. Now we're getting a little closer for a lot of you. Flick, anything from 240?
Still no. I'm pretty sure I'm 120.
Okay. Ace.
All right, I'm going to bonus action aim, and then I'm going to do the -5 for 10 more damage. $22 to hit.
Woo! Still a good hit for 38.
And then might as well do -5 on this one as well, even though it doesn't have advantage. All right, 20 to hit.
That does hit, and boy, this guy is almost dead. He's still up
19
though.
damage. Woo. That's all I got.
All right, Vasu from 240.
Nada.
Gale 240.
No.
Nothing for Elise. Nothing for Nordo. Nomad for 240.
That's okay. I'm working on a spell that's a range of 10,000 feet. But, you know, not for now.
All right, Ace, you get another round.
All right. How bad is this? That one guy looking.
He does look very bad, and you do see that while the other two dash to keep up with the ship, this one only did a normal move and then a dodge. He's kind of falling behind because he's like fucking dying.
All right. Well, if he's dodging, I'm gonna go after. Does the hideous lava elemental knight look like he's pretty scary? Like, which looks like the scariest creature?
You actually, so the only things that you're able to see right now are the 3 Jinny and this weird flying submarine rocket thing.
Gotcha.
We want to salvage that, right? It looks so cool.
All right, I guess I'll just keep
Ideally.
hitting the Ifrits, I guess. So I guess I'll hit one of the other two, whichever one's closest, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, they're.
And I'll aim again and do the -5.
All right.
The problem is if it crashes, like, it'll sink right to the bottom of the sea because it looks metal.
Ooh, that misses.
22.
Oh, right, of an accuracy. That is a hit for 49.
And one more, that's going to be -5. 19. I think that misses.
19 still hits for 22.
Okay, and that's all she wrote.
All right, Envoy. Okay, this thing is now within 120, and I think I can actually pull it onto the map, but let me see.
Hey, 120 feet. I had something to do now.
Yeah, okay. It'll be up in this
Do our-
corner, but it'll at least be to scale, so hang on.
Yeah. Do our ready actions go through?
Yeah. You see, the nose of this ship is now 120 feet up, way up to the northeast side of the map.
Sweet. So, because we've had a few turns, these are fire creatures? Is any of the creatures within 120 feet?
So far, the only thing within 120 feet is the ship itself. The Ginny are still behind.
Okay. No, this doesn't help me at all.
Alright, now the Afridi, the two that are healthy, will dash to keep up. So if you have a 120 foot radius, they are in range now.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, here we go. This is ice damage. It's coming. 28 for 19 ice damage?
That is a good hit for 19. I assume you kind of focus fire with Ace.
Whichever he's attacking, I'm attacking.
Alright, this icy blast just rocks through this guy, catches him on the wrist. That's as far as they can go. The other one will now dash, but he is hanging farther behind. Puts him here. Alright. Flick.
How far away now? 120?
Yeah, about 120, and it is now accurate on the map. If you look up in the top right corner, they're still far away, but you can see them.
Okay, I guess I'll move a little bit closer. And that'll be on the twitchy one. I think it says twitchy.
Yep, I think that's right. The first two hit. So 11, 19, 30 total points from the first two.
Okay, now I'll move back up here.
You get a fourth one. You're level 17 now.
Oh!
Welcome aboard!
For what it's worth. Alright, that'll bring us to Gale.
Cool. I'm just gonna shoot it.
Oh shit, this thing has longer range than I thought I did. Okay, well, fine. 21 and 20 are both good for 27 points of piercing damage. Alright.
That's about it.
Alright, at the end of your turn, the ship is going to use a legendary action, and it's going to fire at your sails. Give me a steering check, whoever is at the helm, which I think is still Flick.
Yep.
Your check is going to be the AC.
The ship is firing at us?
It seems so. So you guys watch as so there are these 6 jets that seem to be propelling this tube of brass. And you watch as the front 2 jets kind of go out, just long enough for 2 holes at the front of this thing to open up and then launch these fireballs that both go rocketing towards your sail. Flick is able to pull this thing hard to the side and the fireballs go wide by 2 points. And that'll bring us to these guys who still can't do anything, which brings us to Vasio. Oh no, sorry, yeah, not the ship full of burning people. They are wisely fucking off and trying to put out their own fires.
Visu.
All right, Vazusa. Oh no, he was here 10 seconds ago. There he is. Okay, cool. Holy shit. Those do all hit. What are those on? Focusing on Twitchy. Alright. 7, 9, 18, 23 points. You're good, you're good. Alright, that brings us to these, and that brings us to the top of a new round. Alright, Ace, first act.
Sorry, my mic was up. The one that I attacked and did a lot of damage to, does he look like he's still dodging in the back?
Yes, he is hanging back a bit. He is still within your range, he's just dodging.
Yeah, I'll wait then. I'll go after one of the other guys. The one who I was attacking earlier.
Alright, sounds good.
How far away are they now from me?
They are still about 100 feet away from you. You can actually see them up on the map here. Up to the northeast. About 90 feet.
Me. Sorry, I pushed the button for the wrong thing that I said. I'm going to aim and fire. And take a -5 to do 10 more.
Alright, continuing on Techie is, I believe, the one you shouted at earlier.
I don't know, they were off screen for me.
That's fair, yep. Woo! Oh my goodness, 43 points.
I'm surprised I haven't rolled a crit yet with all these, like, advantages I've been rolling with 3 dice.
Right.
Alright, and then I'll just do another one. I'll take the -5 on it as well. It's not going to be advantage, though.
Alright. There it is. Boy. So go ahead and roll me another d8. It's a shame the 10 extra bonus doesn't get damaged.
I think it already re-rolled it.
Oh, it did. Yep, you're right, down there. So
it's just going to do...
23.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's it.
Alright, Nordic.
That's all you do.
Okay, the position on the map is still where they actually are.
Yes, it is now correct on the map.
How close are the other creatures on the boat? Sorry, I know it's a bit of a complicated question. Where are they relative to these genies?
So you see this weird tube thing, you see the 2 genies in front of it, and then you can see another one that is basically about 45 feet behind them, that appears to be like trying to hide behind the ship. It's dodging mechanically.
Okay, no other creatures though.
There are no other visible creatures currently.
Alright, good enough for me. I will use my movement. I just have a fly spell right now, right? Nomad, it's just 60 feet.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Cool. You add your monk bonus to it.
Oh, I do add my monk bonus to that?
Yeah.
Well, that's hot as hell. So I have a total of...
If you have a barbarian bonus, you add that as well.
I do. So I have a total of, gotta find it here, 80 feet.
Good
Excellent.
lord.
So I'll fly 80 feet out.
You're faster than these
fast
things.
turtle.
Ever heard the parable of the turtle's house crushing? I don't remember.
That's my movement. And from there, I will use my action as I'm flying out. Nordo is surrounded by a spectral bear that he can't see because his eyes are closed because he's very afraid of the heights. And it lets out a big loud roar. And its roll 20 is going to try its best, but I need wisdom saves from those front 2 guys.
Oh,
DC 19.
I don't want to. Okay.
There it goes.
One of them, the one is at lower health, is afraid.
Okay, and then I will immediately use a bonus action to spend a key point and dash my ass back to the ship.
Good call.
This comes right back.
Smart.
And then opens his eyes as he like tumbles onto the ship. Like, did it work?
I think it did.
All right. Flick, you got anything from this range? Should be in range for your Eldritch Blast still. The middle two both hit for 21 points of damage.
I had my mic flipped up, but yeah, I'll do that and then move back to the helm, and I'm good.
All right, excellent. At the end of your turn, this thing is going to remember to use its legendary action, and it is going to fire again at your sails. So give me another piloting check for the AC.
Oh my god. Does he have help from Moat? Because Moat isn't doing anything right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Mod will help you steer.
Hey, advantage.
All right, as this thing lines up, you watch as once again this thing fires a blast of fire, and this time it catches the main mast, and you watch as some of your sails begin to ignite and ripple up in flame. Then on its turn, it's gonna move. And
Question.
Yes.
Does our boat count as an ally to me?
Sure. If you have something that like lets you protect an ally, yeah.
Aha!
Sick. As this thing is flying towards the sail, Vasu is able to kind of just put up a temporary shield, and you watch as the flames just sputter out and nothing catches fire.
Very nice.
Very good. Thanks, Basu.
You're welcome.
All right. This thing is gonna fly directly over your ship. I should probably like rotate it a bit. That just blocks everything, does it? I'm going to leave it over here, but it is technically like directly above you guys. And when it does, a couple of rated actions go off. You watch as several hatches open from the bottom of this tube, and out drop two figures. These are things that you have fought before. They are just these vaguely human-shaped elemental forms. They don't really have defined faces or mouths or eyes or anything, but they are bipedal at least, plated in this rocky armor. These are lava elementals, and you can see that as soon as they like slam down on the deck of the ship, they leave scorches and burning where they step.
I have to ask, were they able to see me from wherever they were inside of the ship?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
And if so, was it within 30 feet? Because that's the other question.
Let's see. How do these guys see? Okay. Yeah, here we go.
They both fail.
They both
don't
fail.
go out of that ship at all.
Well, the hatches open and they drop, but they're terrified.
Perfect.
I imagine they just like hang down on ropes and like, no.
Yeah, actually, do they
Go on.
would they be able to like not do? Surely they would at least be able to. You know what? Yeah, they stay in the ship. They're too afraid. They don't drop. You see these these hatches open, but like these things just can't bring themselves to drop.
Good shit.
They instead like they both dodge and like pull themselves behind cover.
Beautiful.
And that'll bring us to Vasu.
Okay, question. It's like right above us, right?
It is directly above, yeah. Oh no!
Sorry,
roll 20.
I'm gonna teacher myself here. That was like, could they see me when I flew out there and did it? Because it's only when I do it. So
Right,
if they
yeah.
see me, okay, cool.
Yeah, they would have been able to. Yep.
Okay, cool.
You said this thing, it's like made of brass or some kind of metal?
Yeah, as it gets closer, you can definitely tell it seems to be made of brass, and it's just kind of this long tube, like an old-fashioned submarine. But it's got various ports and holes all over, and you can see that there are 6 along the bottom that it's using to propel itself with some sort of massive gout of fire. You can also see, actually, when the hatches open, the entire inside of this thing is just filled with fire. It's a tube of fire. It's a big old can of fire.
probably shouldn't this thing when it's above us then, huh? I don't know if that would even do much. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll start. I am going to stay close to the ship, within 60 feet, as Gale instructed me to. I will kind of fly up, though, to get close-ish to this ship, and especially if I can see one of these guys through the portholes.
Absolutely. It's a little difficult because the entire inside of it is just fire, but they appear to be made of like solid lava or rock. So you're able to make out shapes inside of the fire.
Okay. They have cover because they like ducked.
They do, yes.
Not anymore.
Okay, right. God damn it. 14 misses, unfortunately, but 26 does not.
The objects slung by this sling ignore cover.
They sure do. They also die.
Yeah.
But 26 is still good for 9 points on one of them.
Dodge action.
Sure did, because they were afraid. They wanted to go
That's
attack.
dumb. Alright, I'm just gonna bonus action go into Tunnel Fighter in case any of these fuckers try to drop out of the ship.
Oh, I'm sorry. They could not have dodged. It wasn't their turn. It was their ready to action. So 24 also hits for another 13 on the same guy.
Sick.
All right, you go into Tunnel Fighter. And that brings to Lee's. She's gonna summon her spiritual weapon and try to swing on that same one. And that'll bring us to Nomad.
Oh, tack on 5 cold.
Will do.
A reminder that Lee's can fly.
She sure can.
Which is kind of weird. She's like, flips in the air.
All right, Nomad.
Hi, I would like to use a bonus action to manifest mind within 60 feet of the ship.
Excellent.
How far can I get that?
60 feet.
Yeah. From the porthole onto their ship?
Theoretically, yes. The issue is it's directly above you, but you could summon it like close and then have it wander over potentially.
Yeah, like 60 feet as close as it can.
Yeah.
And can I see anything from here, or do I have to move outside?
You can't see straight up, which is where all the action is really happening. But you can
Porthole
see
open?
these windows here. You can definitely see at least a glow of the fire from this thing.
Yeah. Can I like lean out the window and fire up at people?
Ooh, sure, why not?
Fly, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you could have
It's
got
like-
that window open as they were approaching.
yeah, it's like do. Let's see. Come on, just do it, man. Just you can do it.
I believe.
Cast it, bro. It's not going through, is it?
I haven't
Oh,
seen
there
it
it
yet.
is.
There it goes.
30. If it casts twice, ignore the second one.
All right, and what is this on?
This is on the nearest damaged bad guy.
Okay, that would be. You're not able to get in past that cover. It would probably be this guy way back here, this Ifriti, who looks very close to dead, actually.
Yeah. So 30 for 14 ice damage.
14. Ooh, he's barely up.
It's my turn. The manifested mind is just 60 feet closer to them.
All right. That brings it to these guys who are still frightened, so they cannot voluntarily drop.
Can I move actually?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to move out onto the deck if I can.
Yep.
How far can I get?
Basically, anywhere on that middle part of the deck is within 30 feet.
Yeah. 35 because of them weird shoes.
Yep, you could like start getting up the stairs to the forecastle if you wanted then.
Would it be like here-ish? Is this where I end up?
Yeah, you could actually get like another 15 feet from there.
Okay, let's see. Fuck, I can't even measuring tool proper. Okay, that's me.
All right. These guys are going to dodge because they're afraid, which brings us to Gale.
All right. Well, I really want that ship.
Yeah. If you all gather around me, I can teleport us inside it.
It is also on
okay.
fire inside.
It seems like a bad idea to go in there.
I like that plan.
Dumbest way we could possibly TPK.
I
No,
really
that's
like
not-
that plan, actually.
That's okay. That's why I have the mind there. It's gonna go inside to see if it's safe, and then I can safely teleport inside there.
All right, I'm just gonna shoot these little baby lava elementals.
All right. They are dodging. 23 is still good, though, even with cover. 15, though, will miss.
I'll take it.
All right. Anything else?
That is about it. But if anybody attacks Vasu, Nordo, or Gale, Toto's gonna defend them.
Excellent. All right. This Ifriti is going to fly 60, and then he's going to cast a spell. And I don't...
He's frightened. He can't fly that.
Oh, you're right. He sure is. God, Fear is such a bastard. All right. He's just going to cast a spell where he's currently at. And from there, I don't think there's even a chance to counterspell. He disappears.
He's gone.
Uh-oh.
This guy is going to...
Do I see if he's still actually there?
You got, what, true sight?
100,
120?
120 feet of true sight.
Yeah, 120 feet. You can tell that he's just invisible, yeah.
Interesting guy.
You are connected to me via telepathy. Do you tell this?
I mean, I could, but aren't you like under deck?
Telepathy's 240 feet, bro.
I mean, I don't know what you can see.
No, I'm like saying.
Oh, you're on the deck. I see you.
I
Never
am
mind.
literally on the deck right now.
All right, this one flies up and also begins to cast a spell. You watch as he waves his arms over each other. The blades begin to align, and he seems to almost carve the outline of a fire elemental. He then presses his palm towards it. A beam of energy flies over towards the center of the ship, and a fire elemental forms just right in the middle of the deck of the ship. And then finally, the one in the back is also going to fly up 60 feet, basically getting right next to the other one that just went invisible, and then he's going to go invisible. Because being visible is not great right now. And that brings us to the top of the new round.
Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to be rolling my d10. Or d8.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can you retrain Mystic Arcanum like you can retrain Bardic Secrets just to a different Warlock spell on that list, or?
I would have to double check. I don't remember for Warlock Arcanum if that can be retrained. For the record, I know that magical secrets cannot be retrained.
Oh, I thought they could.
Nah, it's just your normal bard spells. Or in theory, you could change it, but it would have to change to a bard spell and not like a magical secret.
Yeah.
Train.
But I'll take a look. But for now, Ace is up.
Okay. Few questions. So you said this guy disappeared completely?
Both of them are invisible.
Okay.
You can
I
still
can
see them
I-
side by side.
Oh, is he over here now?
No, that is the third one who has not gone invisible.
Oh, okay. Because I can still see them. I just don't. Right?
Yep.
Okay. They just can't see them on the map anymore.
Correct.
How dangerous does this guy look? This elemental that's on the ship.
He looks like a pretty standard fire elemental. He looks like he's more interested in the ship than you guys, which could get pretty bad pretty quick.
All right. I'm gonna use my bonus action to pull out a bow or an arrow from my quiver, and I'm going to shoot it at that fire elemental on the deck. And we'll see what happens. and I'm doing Dispel Magic on him. Oh, but it missed, so it doesn't even
no.
matter. Hold on, let me reread the thing real quick.
You can aim anyway.
Okay, it's after you. Oh, no. After attacking with an arrow, so so I can attack again, and then after it hits, I can.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to declare it beforehand.
Yeah, I just can't aim and use my bonus action at the same time.
Right.
So I guess I'll try again. All right, critical hit,
Woo!
and then I'm going to Dispel Magic on him.
Very nice.
All right, and that is on this last Afridi?
No, that's on the fire elemental that's on the boat that he summoned.
Oh, excellent. Well, holy shit. 10, Jesus, okay, 32, 42, 62. So, first of all, just like half of this thing disappeared. And then you cast Dispel Magic. Is this thing? I mean, it is. Yeah, it's under the effects of the conjuration spell that brought it here. Let's see. What level is that spell?
I think I can only cast mine at level 3. So if it's higher than that, I might have to make a roll.
You might. I'm double checking to see what level it is.
Roll his spellcasting check?
It is level 5, so I do need a Wisdom check from you.
All right, is it just a flat Wisdom check?
Yep, just flat Wisdom.
No proficiency.
No proficiency. I wish to God. That's why bards are the best counterspellers, because they get to add half their proficiency.
False.
Everything.
Abjuration wizards, yeah. Fair.
Bards still also add their fucking
Aw.
specific war bard.
Alright, although you're not able to entirely dispel this thing, the arrow that you fire seems to catch almost like this glowing fiery heart at the center of this elemental, and you watch as a huge portion of it is just immediately licked out. Anything
I dispelled
else?
part of it. Well, I'll just stay where I'm at.
Yeah, you damn near dispelled it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I will point out where the other 2 Ifrits are to everyone else.
Alright. At the end of your turn, legendary action, this thing wants to shoot the sails again. Give me a sailing check. 22?
Let's see.
Hey, alright. From this far, it is almost impossible to miss. As this thing is doing a sweeping maneuver to drop off these 2 knights.
Today ain't your day, pancakes.
Oh no! Fuck, that blocks all the damage too. Vasu, you bastard! Yeah, this thing drops like 2 fiery depth charges right on the deck of the ship. But Vasu is able to just kind of like wrap these stones around him, and you hear these explosions from inside of each one like a coconut shell. And nothing catches fire.
I can do this all day.
God, these things need Nomad to go, or Norda to go so that they can go. They continue
I go
dodging.
last.
Nomad's up.
It's me. Bonus action. The manifested mind moves up 30 feet closer to their ship.
Alright.
So it's 90 feet closer now.
So this thing is like right above the ship. If it wants to, it can touch or even go into the ship.
Going inside the hatch if possible. It's a tiny, glowing kobold skull with tentacles coming out of the bottom.
Alright. As it approaches,
If anyone, yeah.
does it have senses? Does it like see and smell and taste or anything? Or how's that work?
It can't see unless I see through it, but it's basically like a spiritual weapon.
Okay, it's invincible to damage?
It's invincible to damage, yeah.
Alright.
It's intangible, basically.
You send
But
this
it can't
thing
grasp objects.
you send this thing into one of the chutes, and you watch as it just kind of disappears into the ship.
Oh. I'm gonna leave it in there for a bit.
Alright.
And I'm going to this guy here. Fucking is it within 5 feet of me?
The elemental's within 5 feet of you, yes.
Yeah, the elemental suit. I have to take care of this guy. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna take 1 5-foot step back, so it's gonna take a swipe at me.
Alright, it will certainly do so. Toka. Field miss.
Yes, a miss.
and then I'm gonna blast it with some cold damage. 26, 14.
Boy, 26 for 14 is good.
And I'm kind of like, all right, who wants to board this the ship?
Isn't it on fire?
The one on top. The one on top.
Yeah. Isn't it just flames on the inside?
Yeah, so from down here, you guys can see clearly these two big hatches that have opened, presumably to drop these knights off. The entire inside of this cylinder of brass just seems to be fire. It's like looking into a furnace.
Can handle that. It's fire. It faced worse.
Sure.
Is brass just like really resistant to the heat?
Boy, do you have like
I only-
metallurgy or nature, or is that
I'm
like a meta
I'm
question?
asking. This is a meta question because obviously like they have like the brass city and the elemental flame.
I don't know, as Frisk.
I don't know either.
I don't either. I don't
'Cause,
know
like,
why
not-
brass got associated with fire if there's like a thing there.
Maybe just a high
Brass
melting point.
dragons are fire dragons.
Yeah, I wonder if it is just that, or if there's actually some reason that brass is used for fire plane. Anyway, I'm sure Lance is already halfway through typing an answer.
Brass has a melting point of 1,710 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know if that means anything.
Is it higher than steel or something?
No, surely not. We'll check afterwards. Nomad, what would you like to do, if anything else?
I did all my things. I think I can float a little closer. Well, I could just stay here next to the elemental. That's my turn.
Alright. This boy wants to get some work done. But he also likes not dying, so we're gonna do a... He can't do that while he's concentrating on that, so he's gonna come up and hurl some flame. He's going to swing here. He's going to shoot one towards Ace and one towards Vasu. Vasu keeps blocking all of his shit.
He has disadvantage on attacks against me.
He sure does. That's a shame.
Also, I know it's not really a big deal because we can still like see him, but I think when you made the other two genie invisible, we can't see where they're at on the initiative.
Oh,
counter
right.
now.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, do I not get to go up? For a
Gotcha.
minute, but it's all good.
Alright, so
Just a heads up.
disadvantage on Ace, first one. 16, big ol' miss.
Nope.
And one on Vasu. Ooh, there we go.
Ooh.
25 for 21.
Yeah, that hits, and I already used my reaction, so I can't do anything about that.
Hell
It's
yeah. No deflect.
taken. You resist fire, though.
Ah, shit. God damn.
Yeah. Okay. One comment. I had forgotten to update my health from the long rest, and it was at 69.
Nice.
Toto does attempt to intercept the first one.
Excellent. Let me re-roll it.
It'd just be the first attack, which I think missed anyways, so.
That was the one on Ace.
Oh.
Way out on the bow. Does a 22 hit Vasu?
Yeah, it still would.
Alright.
Even-
Toto tries to block.
With the +1 to your AC?
Yeah, it would make it my AC 22, unfortunately,
Oh,
which would still just hit.
You
Also, I'm not really sure if Toto can, because I'm kind of like up in the air between ships right now.
are you not within 5 feet of him?
Probably not. Like I intentionally got up like right under these hatches so I could tunnel fighter these guys if they do try to drop out.
Alright. You all hear this thing begin to bark orders in Primordial, which few of you can understand. He looks up to the ship. What are you doing, you cowards? Get out and fight! Ace, and only Ace, can see the two invisible ones take dash actions, and they begin to fly kind of down towards the sides of the ship, like they want to use the side of your own ship for cover. They don't realize that you can still see them doing this, but they each dash, and they each get down below against the side of your ship, kind of hugging against it.
Doesn't the construct spirit take Vasu's damage for him?
Oh, I think it does take half. Oh wait, resistance technically.
I do have to double check the wording on that.
I seem to remember that it just grants resistance, which is kind of shitty for things that are already resistant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's.
Also,
Yeah, you have resistance to all damage, so it doesn't stack.
Yeah.
How long does the fear last?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Nordo
It
still
lasts
has not
until
gone.
the start of my turn,
Fuck
bruh. And I'm
me.
7 initiative.
All right, the one that is still afraid is still way back there then, but he'll take the dodge action. All right, that brings us to Vasu.
Sorry, into my turn.
Okay, so Twitchy is now like right above us too, right? Because the ship is.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. I want to go beat him up. I dash up at least 20 feet if I need to, or I'll kind of move around to give myself the room to do that, so I get advantage on this attack.
Hell yeah.
23.
23 is good for 13 points of piercing and fire.
5 more cold as well.
18 total.
And let me get a con save.
Way you said that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't think he's immune to stun either. Nope, he sure isn't, which means that this elemental drops, or does it go wild? I forget. I'll check.
I think it goes wild if it's just Conjure Elemental. I know this because Malkoff.
Oh no.
If he's stunned, 16?
That is unfortunately a miss.
Dang.
Except he's stunned. See what damage.
Yep, even 16.
Oh,
16.
16 miss. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
Well, since he is stunned, I'm gonna fly back down to the ship. Hopefully try to clean up this fire elemental a little bit too. I'm gonna kick it.
He does have a hover speed.
Okay.
And you can tell now that they're up close. They've kind of got that classic genie thing going on, where their lower bodies
No
just
way.
kind of tail off. Yeah.
But I like the idea
24 is
of
good.
plummeting 3,000 feet into the ocean.
They'd be kind of funny.
All right. Anything else, Foss?
It's my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to Flick. But before then, legendary action. God, I have got to get these sails on fire. This is not going well. Here's a shot at the sails. Give me a piloting check. Oh, there we go.
Oh god.
Oh no, Bosku doesn't have his reaction.
I do.
No.
I do. I just had my turn,
Oh, you did just
He
have your
did
turn.
just have his
Praise
turn.
be.
and
That-
I have to.
Oh yeah.
God damn
Many
it.
times we have to
Saving
use
our
the
ship
shark
right
boat,
now.
man.
Ooh, exact
You
damage.
block exactly enough damage. God damn it, Vasu. I've got to get these sails. All right. Flick's turn.
Okay, so the water is over 500 feet away, right?
Yes. You guys are probably
Okay.
like 800 feet up or so.
Okay, well, this is fun. I'm gonna take my alchemy jug out of my pack, spend my whole action to activate it with salt water, and the salt water starts coming out.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm gonna walk over here to the fire elemental and just start pouring it on top.
So how fast does the alchemy jug work? Does it say?
How many gallons per round?
2 gallons per minute, which is not very fast.
They only take 1 damage per gallon. Just over.
This worked out better in my head.
So okay. First of all, it's a good plan. Have some inspiration for doing something clever.
Clever.
And boy, do you have any? I'm trying to remember what abilities do you have. Do you have any way to like manipulate water or anything like that?
I have
You can turn into
which I'm
water.
gonna cast next turn, but it costs a whole action to uncork the stupid jug.
Yeah.
Flick, just turn into water and just wrap around it with your water body.
I wouldn't recommend that, but okay.
All right. You do 2 points of damage to it, which at its current health is actually pretty significant.
Might die.
And you can have some inspiration for a clever idea.
Thank you.
Flick just panics and starts like shaking his jug at this thing. All right. Anything else?
Oh, that's my action and movements.
All right. God, this envoy wants to get the fuck out of here, but people are still in it. It is close enough to do a full round of bombardment, though, and it is going to do that. So
No.
here come 2 shots. The first one is at the sail. And is Flick still at the helm? He is not, so this is going to be Moat's check now.
He left the hell as well.
Does anybody know Moat's modifier off the top of their head? I should go find it.
His
Yeah,
intelligence.
persuasion
Is it,
check.
can he do a charisma check for it?
No, he cannot.
Persuasion roll.
I figured I'd ask on his behalf.
Idea. Charisma saving throw instead.
Oh, okay, sure. That makes sense.
That's definitely just going to be the mask for Moat. It's just you do a charisma check instead of whatever else check you were trying to do.
Actually trained it so it's minimum like a +6, right?
I'm
does
not
have
checking.
actually
I
a
think
skill
he is
in it.
actually trained at this part.
Yes, he really
okay.
does have
He
proficiency.
really does actually have proficiency for one. Somebody give me a d20 +6.
Confirmed though.
Yeah, I confirm.
I did the d20 +6 modified 20.
Modified 20 against.
Oh,
Oh, that's
bastard.
such a shame.
Oh, bastard, twice.
Oh, it hits! First shot is good for 17 fire damage.
25.
Wait, 25? How's it 25?
I'll use my reaction to flash.
Oh,
There we
nice!
go.
Hey, good shit.
Yes.
Less.
Alright. Gale, in his clever feat of engineering, actually designed something just for this situation. I like to think that, like, some weird gear turns and the entire sail's, like, rocked to the side for a moment, causing the shot to go wide.
I have a panic Moat is piloting button.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. Toddler controls that come up when Moat grabs the helm.
This second shot is got to be on Vasu. I have to stop Vasu from blocking all these shots. So, here we go. 19? I think that misses.
Big old miss, pal.
Ah, shit. Alright. It's not going to use its movement, because it needs to drop its cargo off. So here's the deal with this elemental. It is explicitly ignoring all of you and hostile to all of them, but it can do literally nothing to them because all it does is fire damage. So you see this thing begin to, like, float off and harass them, to no effect. Which brings us to Gale.
My plan worked.
Concentration, huh?
Yeah, the seawater worked perfect.
Alright, I'm gonna keep going after the Lava Elemental Knight.
Hey, quick question, Feck.
Yeah.
Is the Twitchy stunned?
Twitchy is stunned, yes.
Can he concentrate on the spell?
That
that's
that
what
is
made
why the elemental went wild.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I gotcha.
Oh boy! Even with the dodge, 27 gets through. 17 does not, but that is one solid hit. You just kind of plant a shot straight through the belly of this weird tube and into this thing.
That's about all I got for now. I don't really have any bonus actions when nothing is near me.
All right, then that'll bring us to Elise, who's going to try to focus fire on the Hideous with the spiritual weapon again. Big old miss. Thanks, Elise. She can't really do anything from down here either, so she'll just dodge for this turn. That'll bring us to Bordeaux. Oh, right, she can fly.
Yeah, you gotta keep
Yes.
reminding her.
All right, she is going to muster her courage, and she takes a deep breath, and she will leap into the air and begin flying. And she'll just fly straight up to this, and I mean, she doesn't want to go in this thing.
Go near the hatch, I'm gonna blow it up, warns Nomad.
All right, she won't go near the hatch then. She will go over to Twitchy. Oh God, she really doesn't like this, but here we go. While she's swinging, Nordo can go ahead on your turn.
Okay, how high above us is the ship?
Probably about 30 feet. Yeah, 30 feet sounds right.
Okay, and is the hatch like directly above Nordo's position right now? Or where is it?
It would be kind of right over the center of the deck of the ship.
Okay.
So one of them there, and then one of them kind of just south of Flick here.
Nordo is going to fly up into the air, kind of mustering his courage, same as Elise, and position himself right between those two hatches to where he can see into both of them and see both of these elemental knights. And shout "Unga Bunga Eyes!" And do the exact same thing. And I don't know how many of my crewmates are within 30 feet of me, but I think everyone else is.
I think all of your crew, except for Ace, is within 30 feet of you.
30 feet up. I don't know how like that pans out with.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. So it would probably just be Flick.
It's just Flick. Vasu was also right up by the hatch.
Yeah, it'd be Flick and Vasu need to make wisdom saves, and they can do it with advantage because you warned them. Oh, and Elise too. Right.
Bunga Bunga Eyes.
Unga Bunga Eye.
God damn it.
Excellent. Excellent.
No, they're feared.
I have advantage though, right?
Oh, you do have advantage.
Oh, yeah, you have
Oh,
advantage.
you're fine. Then.
We also
But-
have a +1.
But poor Elise and Flick.
Gonna lay down in my salt water.
So you
This
two
is-
are frightened of Nordo. And their saves. That
One of
is
them.
good.
So, okay. Alright. God, this ability is such a bastard.
I don't know where the invisible ones are relative to Nordo if he's up there, but if they are like within 30 feet of him.
Twitchy
And we
probably
can
still has
see-
to make a save again too.
Yeah, he does. Terrific.
Alright. Excellent. As you just unleash this terrifying hell, you do see that one of these elemental knights has kind of like mustered the courage and looks like he's about to drop. The other one's like, no way, I'm not doing it.
Okay, I will next. Let's see, I've used about 30 feet of flight speed. I've got 50 more. I will. Boy. Decisions. I'm gonna actually. Can I tell that one of them did not fall for it?
Yes, you can see that one of them is looking down and looks confident, like he wants to kind of jump down onto the deck.
Cool. Action surge, and I'm gonna do it again.
God damn it.
Let's see if I'm further afraid.
So since everyone failed it anyway, only Vasu has a chance of not failing this one.
Oh, we're good.
Bastard.
I'm double afraid.
Double extra afraid.
Hey, this time we got Vasu.
Cool, we did But after that, I will use my remaining 50 feet of flight speed, seeing that I've scared all of my allies. And I will fly 50 feet, or 30 feet down, like over the side of the ship, and like 20 feet down, kind of like, I don't know, do we have like portholes on the side of the boat at all?
Yeah, you guys have, they're marked as these like windows on the map. On the
Okay,
lovely
cool.
map
No,
that Drake made.
If I can do it with 50 feet of speed, I'll fly down to one of the portholes and like get into the ship so that my allies can no longer see me.
Okay.
Or-
So Gale, I need your word on this one, and whatever you say is binding for the rest of eternity. Tell me about these windows. Are these portholes? Are they proper windows? What are they like?
They would be portals, so they're definitely just like round windows. They would probably be built like with some level of safety in mind, so we can probably like fit through them. But I also don't know how big that would have to be for Nordo specifically.
Yeah, no,
Right.
it's real big.
What I can tell you for sure is the windows to the stern castle back here, this main cabin, they're big enough that you could get through them for sure. And in
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
one of them is already open because Nomad used it
That's
earlier.
right. I'm overthinking this anyway. I'll spend a key point to dash as a bonus action, and I will just run down to the deck and then just physically go into the door and go inside the cabin and close the doors behind me.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. That brings us to the top of a new round, but we need some legendary actions first. Boy. Let's get Ace. Ace is real exposed.
I guess that kind of defeats the point if they can't see me either, though. I'm just now realizing that I've undone my hard work. Never mind. I'm sorry. I've overthought this twice now. I'm just gonna stay back out there. Fuck my crew.
Oh,
All right, sounds good.
I will position myself outside the hatch so that the one that is not afraid has to like go past me to leave.
All right, Ace.
A natural one misses me.
It does. A natural one does miss you. Yep. All right, top of a new round.
All right. Where the bitch is at?
Oh, such
all
good
right.
Initiative.
You can see that there is one invisible guy who's clinging to the side of the ship right here.
Okay.
And the other one is still way off to the northeast over here because he can't approach Nordo.
So which is the one that I was doing damage onto? And also, what is this guy doing?
Both of them are incredibly low on health. Both of them look like they're one shot away from dead, basically. The one down there looks like he is waiting for the opportunity to like regroup, climb up, and start attacking. He seems like he's waiting for something to happen up there.
Is he waiting for an arrow in the back? Because that's what he's about to get. I'll do it. I'm gonna aim, and I'm gonna shoot him. And I'm gonna take a -5 to do 10 more damage. A 21 for
That is enough to do it.
40 something damage.
Yeah, you watch as the invisibility fades, this thing flares up into these brilliant flames, and then just kind of fizzles out into like a sputter of fire that turns to smoke. And then, just like that, he's gone. You watch as two large metal scimitars are all that is left behind, and they begin to plummet down towards the ocean.
Oh no. Oh well, hope they weren't magical. And then I'm gonna turn to the other guy way back there, and I'm just gonna shoot another one at him, and I'm gonna just do a -5 to do 10 more damage. 23 for 18.
Yep, you turn right around, and just like that, snipe the other invisible one. You watch as there is a puff of fire, and then two scimitars and a golden band begin to fall down towards the sea.
A golden band, no!
Oh no! All right, anything else?
Shoo, fetch.
Oh, if I didn't bonus action aim, I could have bonus action teleported all the way over there and grabbed it and fell to my death with it. Oh well. Well, you win some, you lose some. That's my turn.
All right, that'll bring us to Flick.
I should actually be next because of my alacrity.
Oh yeah, that's right. Norda.
That way Flick doesn't have to be afraid of me anymore.
Yay.
Okay, cool. So after absolutely all of that, that effect fades. I will. Oh boy.
Invisible? Question
What's that?
mark? Are they still invisible?
The two invisible ones are dead, and they are no longer invisible.
They're gone.
They're just gone.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with the strategy. Hope that it works one last time. Try a fear. Try to keep these guys from jumping back out. Once again, Unga Bunga eyes for people that are still watching. I think just the same three, because I don't think anyone else has moved.
Nordo, I'm not good at this.
I know, but if we can keep them in the ship. You almost got it.
Almost.
Oh, you almost got it.
You get credit for trying.
Boy.
Almost got it too. Just get the elemental knights, please, God.
Okay, at least it's paying
got
off
it.
this time.
Okay, thank God.
All right.
Okay, cool. That's my action. I will use my bonus action to spend a key point and dodge, and just stay right where I am. That's my turn.
All right, that'll bring us to Flick. Flick, you're afraid of Nordo.
Sorry.
I think Nordo's just trying
Again.
to kill me, so. How far away is everything above me? 60 feet?
About 30 feet up.
Oh, perfect.
Also, you have a balloon, don't you, Gale? Rather than sails? Okay. All right. This thing, yeah, we're close. We have to make some minor adjustments, but yes, this thing is about 30 feet up. It's just a little to the side because of the balloon.
Okay. Frightened, I reflexively request the aid of my patron and a portal opens up with a large beak of a, I don't know, giant sea monster. And it's gonna bite at the area up here. Let's see, it's 10-foot radius, so. Yeah, that'll do. Here. Because we have those.
As you begin to summon this portal, you watch as the portal suddenly collapses in on itself, and then there is a burst of spray from the sea below, and this impossibly long tendril just rips its way up from the sea 600 feet below to this spot, covered in teeth. It does the same thing, but it seems to come from the sea itself.
Okay. Sure would be nice if it brought water with it, but it's fine. Yeah. For 1 minute this happens, each creature in the area must succeed a strength saving throw against my spell save DC, which is something that I should have programmed into this, but I don't.
Hang in there, Nordo.
I'm afraid of him. I don't care what happens, right?
I'll be fine. Strength save, I can do those.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a strength save.
Is it now
So-
or my turn?
AoE.
This happens now, and then the damage happens at the start of your turns.
God, what is
Alright.
Where is that?
I'm pretty sure Twitchy just fails because he's stunned, and it's a strength save.
I hit wisdom, but it's the same score. Sorry.
So Twitchy is restrained in addition to stunned. Let's see, these two elementals.
What was the DC?
It's not showing up for me. I'm trying to figure out what it is because
I think it should be 19 unless you have something that buffs
it's a
it.
19. Yep.
Cool. I made it.
This thing fishes its way into the ship and restrains both of them.
Then they take damage on their turns, except for Nodo, who saved.
All right, excellent. Anything else?
Nope. Just gonna keep letting water pour on the ship because I forgot about it.
Perfect. Well, one of these things is afraid, and they're both restrained. These
They're
guys
both
just-
afraid now.
and they're and they're both afraid now. God, these guys just want to leave. They both died. They can't move because they're restrained. Yeah, they both. Oh wait, they can use their action to try to break free, right? Yes, they're gonna try to do that. So
That's
here we
to
go.
take cold or lightning damage.
They do. So go ahead and roll me. How much is it? 3d6.
Yep.
Creature that's not 6, 3d6 cold or lightning. As an action, repeat the saving throw, so it's another strength save. And they each take 11.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, one of them actually breaks free. But he's still afraid, so. Alright, this elemental dies to cold damage.
Ah.
And that brings us to Elise, who is going to swing on the restrained one, and then use the spiritual weapon to do the same.
Just,
Disadvantage, right?
still stunned.
Yes, I think. Because it was
Also,
Vasu
his
that did
turn's
it.
coming up.
Cancels
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, right, it does cancel out with the fear.
They're
Which is a
both-
shame, because they're both natural
I
ones.
stole her crits.
She
and turned
is-
them to ones.
Oh, her
She can't stop looking down. She keeps looking down. She's so unbelievably uncomfortable with this flight. That'll bring us to these guys. I should probably make sure that this is still visible. There we go. It's stunned. It doesn't do shit. Vasu's up.
How does it stoop? It's made of fire.
It's a little weird.
Posture.
I dash up. I can't exactly see where Flick's thing ends because it's like under the ship. But I'm gonna fly up. I'm gonna keep whacking this guy.
Woo! That is solid for 18.
Another 5 cold.
Another
24.
17 after that.
How's it
All
looking?
right, he's looking real bad.
Um.
About a quarter.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of just fly back below the ship again. Again, trying to avoid this area of effect, and I'll get like kind of close-ish to the hatches and go into tunnel fighter again if I can.
Excellent. That brings us to this thing, which wants to get the fuck out. Boy. Yeah, no, it wants to get the fuck out and it doesn't care. You watch as this strange brass tube suddenly just kind of glows even brighter on the inside, like it's just kicking up the heat a notch. And it begins to peel away from the ship. And as it does, the tendril from the depths is still hooked onto both of the creatures inside, and they are yanked free as this thing leaves without them.
Does it leave though?
It might.
Does your Sentinel work on vehicles?
Does it?
Gives it a flat tire?
God,
Yeah, just like
boy, I
Smack
feel
it,
like
it starts
Rule Zero
sputtering.
says no, but I need to go check and see real quick. Hang on. 30
Be
does
very
hit.
careful with what you decide, though.
Yeah, so first of all, 30 does hit. So 17 points. You can see that, honestly, this container is not super thick. And you're actually able to kind of just carve a little line straight through the brass. And you can see that from inside, gouts of flame begin pouring out. And then let me go read Sentinel. I reserve the right to overrule this, but I'm just curious.
If I don't like this rule, I'm getting rid of it.
Whenever you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, its speed drops to 0 for the rest of the turn. This stops any movement they may have been taking. There's no size limitation. Boy.
Is this ship a creature?
It's
it's making saves.
It seems to be just
Is it a
moving on
construct?
its own. It doesn't seem to be like. See,
You're
Captain
allowing
Air.
our map to be a creature for ally's sake for Vasu saving it. I feel like their ship should also be an ally to them.
You hook in your glaive or spear, and as this thing tries to peel free, you can hear the sound of metal groaning and tweaking. Give me, oh boy,
Strength.
I feel like strength might be right here. Give me a strength or an athletics check.
That's pretty good.
It is. You are able to just kind of twist the spear in so that it locks in place almost like a key. And as this thing pulls away from you, you can feel this tremendous strain. There is something trying to pull the ship away from you, but it is unable, and you have stopped it in place.
Excellent.
At that.
It's then going to turn and fire at you twice. Miss, but a 29 for 13.
Yeah, 29 hits.
All right. That'll bring us to Nomad.
Scared? Well, 28 still hits probably. Okay, so this is getting kind of dicey. They're trying to escape, right? It seems like it.
It at least seems like the ship wants to leave. Yeah.
Okay. Action, move my senses over to the manifested mind.
All right.
What do I see
From
the ship?
inside there, the first thing that you see is just a raging inferno. There is fire everywhere and no really visible source for it. You don't see anything burning. It just seems like there is fire inside of this tube. But as you look around, you do spot towards the front of it just a pair of bright yellow eyes within the fire that seems to be kind of looking back and down towards Vasu.
Cool. 30 feet, move the manifested mind in front of it.
All right.
Actually, I changed my mind. I'm not going to do the fucking thing. I'm just gonna move the fucking manifested mind deeper. I don't see through its senses. Because that's an action to do. So I'm just gonna move it like 30 feet closer to what I can perceive as the helm.
You've already seen through its senses. You saw what it saw. I think you're
No,
committed
no,
to
no.
it.
I'm saying I'm not going to do that because it takes an action to do that.
To see through its senses?
Yeah. To use
But
its
you-
to
What I'm saying
to
is
do-
you already did, and you got the information.
yeah no like I'm not going to do that is what I'm saying. I am taking that back. You get?
So you want to like undo seeing through its senses?
Yeah, basically. Like I don't know what's going on in there. I just want to move it closer to what I perceive as like the front of the ship.
I guess what I'm saying is you've already done it and gotten the information from it. You can't undo it.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
What if I just make it not do anything?
What do you mean?
Because if I fucking use this thing, I just read it now, basically. It ends concentration on spells. Like, they would start falling.
Okay. I mean, you're smart enough to know how your own abilities work.
Well, I can literally just meta, I don't know what's going on in there.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Like,
But you're on thin fucking ice. Thin fucking
I
ice.
know. I just checked, like, oh shit, this ends concentration. Never mind. It just kind of stays where it is.
Sure.
And my action instead is to. There's visible creatures there on front?
No. Not that you're aware of.
Okay. My action is to just not do anything because if I ready a spell, it'll also break concentration.
Yep.
On the fly.
All right.
Keeping your alive is better than doing stuff.
That it then?
That's it. I stand there and do nothing. Dodge. Is that good? I'll take the dodge action.
All right. Nomad dodges. Gale's up.
All right. I don't really think I have anything that can kind of prevent these things from moving away. So, I guess I'll just shoot at it.
Excellent. At the ship itself or at one of the critters?
Sure, let's shoot at the ship.
Really crashing the ship now. I feel like it's just gonna either run away.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, 2 solid shots. And you can see that as each round pierces through, there are first gouts of fire that pour out through the bullet hole, but then you can also hear this just infernal wailing and screeching and hissing from inside. Just this horrible, like a steam engine that has blown a gasket. Just this awful seething noise.
Since you did clearly say it was infernal, I'm close enough that I can hear it. Is it like actually something screaming?
It sounds like something screaming for sure.
Is it profanity?
Yeah, it's not
Like,
profanity.
oh fuck, oh jeez.
Unfortunately, it is not actually like any words, but it definitely sounds like screaming.
Okay.
From our experience with Sundowner, do I think that this thing is powered by like a fire elemental?
That seems very reasonable.
Would I have any sense of like where the engine would be?
Boy, you could give me, oh my goodness, some sort of a check for it. Vehicles or Tinker's Tools or even Arcana maybe. With the 37,
okay.
that should do it. I think that's probably all right. You get the sense that first of all, you've shot this thing enough times to tell that this metal casing is incredibly thin. So much so that Vasu's able to like puncture it with his spear. Your shots are going through it like nothing. You get the sense that the the metal bit of this is probably similar to a balloon, and the fire inside of it is the entire elemental that's powering it. In other words, you think this might just be a hollow tube of sorts.
Good to know.
We can just banish it, I guess.
That would have made this fight a lot faster.
That's all I got.
Alright. That'll bring us to the top. Nomad, first act.
Damn it, there's nothing I can do currently. I'm just gonna make the thing move. Does this ship look like it has a front based on
It does.
where
It does seem to at least be like traveling like this is its front. The fat part's its front.
Okay, not knowing what looks like in there, but seeing just fire from the underneath hatch.
Yeah.
And knowing that his mind can't really be damaged, he's just gonna try and make it move 30 feet closer to where he would assume like the helm is, because he thinks like there's like a steering wheel in the front or a steering wheel, because this isn't shaped like a regular ship, right? It's
Right.
just a missile.
It
looking
kind of
thing.
seems like it. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
a big cylinder of metal.
So he's just gonna move the manifested mind 30 feet until the front, and he can't really do anything else. He could cast a spell, I guess, but he's not sure what to do with it. So he's not gonna he's gonna dodge again for now. He's gonna ask everyone else to move back to the ship, I guess, and then this turn.
Alright, sounds good. That'll bring us to Ace.
This may shock you what I do next, but I'm going to shoot that effort.
Perfect.
He's stunned. Do I have advantage
You
because
sure
of that?
do, yep.
I thought there was no one left outside.
Oh, he's right here. You could attack him if you want.
Yeah, like literally, the Feck said there was no one left
No,
outside.
there's still the stun dude right here.
Damn it, Feck!
I
That's
don't-
why I was.
Also, I
nothing
think
to do.
I don't remember that question.
he is no longer stunned. He became unstunned at the end of my last
Oh,
turn.
right.
When,
That's been
when I stopped the ship.
But yes,
Yeah.
if you want to like fire a cantrip or something, that's fine.
Sure, that's all. Just a cat.
But then Ace, you can also shoot it.
All right, I'll see if he kills it.
Eh,
I believe in you.
is it going through?
There we
it is,
go.
29, 15.
Alright, it is still up, but it does hit.
All right, well, I'm going to bonus action aim, and then I'm going to kill it
I sure do wish you
yeah.
wouldn't.
by doing a -5. You know the deal.
I know the drill.
Do you think that golden band that fell down was what was controlling it? You might have to.
Does a 25 hit for what's that? 44?
It sure does, and that is way more than enough to finish the job. You see this thing snap out of its stupor, and it looks around, it sees that 2 of its comrades are dead, its ship is trying to abandon it. The people inside the ship have done literally nothing except get themselves entangled by some terrible creature from the deep. And he starts to, like, frantically try to cast a spell to get himself home, and you just plant an arrow straight between his eyes, and he puffs.
Okay, 2 questions. Does he like have a gold band he also drops?
You do see that the 2 scimitars do drop, and an earring drops, but nothing else.
Okay. So what is this made out of? This whole ship, is it all made out of fire, or is it just made out of brass?
It is brass, and these wings are kind of misleading. They're just like plumes of fire that kind of rocket out from some holes in the side. The metal
Gotcha,
part
so-
is just this central part.
So he was just floating in the air.
He was just
If-
flying, yeah.
If I were to teleport, would it like bring the rope I'm attached to with me? Like would I still be attached to a rope if I teleported over here?
Boy, I'm gonna say no. You would the rope would like release you and stay where it was.
Well,
You know what?
How-
I would make it a wisdom check to determine whether it released the ship or released you. If you were trying to bring the rope along, I would let you do a wisdom check.
I kind of want to teleport to so if I can grab the earring and then just kind of like fall with the rope still attached to me.
Sure. I'll let you make a spellcasting check for it.
To see if I can do it, or to see if it actually works like that.
To see how well it goes. To see if it goes as well in reality as it does in your head.
All right. Well, then let's commit to it. So I'm gonna use my bonus. Well, I can't. Actually, no, I can't. I can't do it because I use my bonus action to aim. So, unfortunately, I can't do that.
All right.
So that's my turn then instead. Elise, catch that earring.
All right. Oh boy.
It's a tough call.
Oh
Does Liz
boy,
touch the earring?
she'll try it. She'll try it. The thought, oh my god. So as somebody who is actually like afraid of heights, there's nothing worse than the thought of trying to catch something that is falling from a great height.
Yeah.
Like,
Even when you know you're
oh,
flying,
God.
right? Because you haven't done it before. You don't know if it'll disappear suddenly.
oh god, okay, she just instinctively snatches it, and then she returns to the deck in a panic.
If she had fur, it'd be on end.
Yeah. Alright. She will have her spiritual weapon swing at one of the elementals, but that'll bring us to Vasya.
You guys think I should just keep wailing on this thing?
Perhaps. Are there any more creatures inside it?
You can see that there are these two knights inside it, these two lava elemental. But that is the only
Yeah, but
thing
they're
you
real
guys can see.
scared.
Then there's a tentacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of want to leave.
I will. I don't know if we should let them though. It's the thing.
No, they seem like pirates. We should probably kill them.
I'm gonna dash back down to our ship and then dash back up another 20 feet to give me advantage. And I'm just gonna keep attacking the envoy thing. I think the tube.
Alright.
19.
That is a good hit. 15 points of damage as you just kind of scrape against the side of this thing. Tear through metal again.
Another 5 cold. Okay, I know how elementals work, and I know how ki works. When I hit this thing with like my monk weapon, do I feel like it's something with ki or life force that I could manipulate in such a way that I could stun it?
There is very, very strong elemental energy within this thing. You can resonate with it strongly. In fact, you would probably be able to tell as soon as you start interacting directly with this thing that it is definitely an elemental that you're hitting inside of this thing. With that said, give me Arcana, I guess. I'll let you do it with advantage because you're an elemental monk. You get the sense that this thing is probably not able to be stunned by it. It just doesn't have what you need to stun a creature.
Gotcha. I'll just keep attacking.
Cool. Another solid hit for another 18 points of damage across the side of this thing. And this time you are able to rip free one of the plate that's kind of covering a big side of this thing.
Sick.
Anything?
Maneuver my way back down below the hatches again and go tunnel fighter.
Alright, that'll bring us to Nordo. Nordo takes some damage.
Yeah, 3d6 something.
3d6 cold.
Yep.
Five points cold damage. Hey, consistent.
Hey.
Perfect. Okay. So both these guys are up their hatches. They're scared to the end of my turn. Is there like fire roaring like over the? Do I get the sense that I could attack one of these guys without it burning me, or am I gonna get like scorched by the fire just by virtue of like swinging a weapon up into there?
If you've got like a weapon with decent reach, you'd be able to. A dagger probably wouldn't cut it, but if you have like an axe or something with a longer handle, you're
Okay,
fine.
well I've got my axe. So, all right. I will. Well, actually, different idea. I will use my action in order to sort of raise his axe in the direction of one of these guys, the one that is not injured yet. Seeing that it's all wrapped up in tentacles, covered in teeth that sprung from the sea below, and horrifying shit like that. He will raise the axe towards one of them, and the same like vines that leap out of it to try to like restrain people leap toward it. I will cast a spell.
Uh-oh.
it's so bad.
That's a damn shame. 13, unfortunately, is no good.
Troubling. Bonus action. What can a guy do with a bonus action? When he's a monk. I can't flurry because I didn't attack.
Do a flip.
Fool.
I could do a cool flip if I wanted to.
You're in midair. Do it.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. One moment, please.
Tap L or R twice.
Hey, I can do this. It's an attack roll, and it doesn't say it has to be with a monk weapon. When I miss with an attack roll, I'm going to spend 1 to 3 key points to increase the attack roll. I'll spend all 3 to make that into a 19 instead of a 13.
Shit. 19 does hit.
Outstanding, and I will try to basically pull him out of the hatch and down and just let the tentacle pull him down into the ocean.
Alright, and sure enough, this thing does not seem capable of flight. And you watch as this flaming lava elemental plummets down towards what will almost certainly be its demise.
Outstanding.
Farewell.
Farewell. Okay, that was my action and my focused aim. I will use my bonus action to... Oh wait, now I used a key point as part of my action. So now I can use a bonus action to make an unarmed strike, or a monk weapon attack. So now I'll use a monk weapon attack to try to hit the other one with an axe.
Alright.
Also, I intended to leave the more wounded one in and pull the full health one out, if
Gotcha.
that matters to you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't
So-
kill it.
Attacking the more wounded one. I need its temp HP.
I was
so
gonna
I'm
say, are
forced
you-
to kill it.
I
Right.
need its temp HP.
You trying to tell Nordo not to get temp HP?
No, we have.
Nordo, you yanked out the one that was going to give me temp HP, then killed the other one.
I'll stay here and
Cock
give you temp
blocking
HP.
my temp HP here.
No, you have a bajillion seagulls to get temp HP from.
My friends, though, I gotta talk to them.
That's fair.
27 is good for 11. And it is
22
prone.
also hit.
Oh wait, it's fine.
It is now prone and restrained.
Standing. And bleeding. And then I will get out of the tentacle range.
No, if it can't be in there, you have to be in there.
It's still in there. It's prone and restrained in your range.
Okay.
I think the envoy is still in there too, so that probably counts. I don't know.
Probably.
Okay, that's my action, my bonus action, and my movement. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, brings us to Flick.
Cool. I get 14 temp HP because it's in there.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah. Then I could kill it, but I could let it bleed to death, and instead go start using my water to rinse off all the stupid meat guts.
Oh, we got a wand that does that.
Okay, fine. But if I let it bleed to death, then Nordo gets the temp HP.
It's only if I'm within 5 feet of it, though, so
Oh,
It's
you
all
have to
good.
go right next to it.
don't sweat it. I don't want it to break out of there and set our ship on fire, so I feel like let's just kill it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or we do have disadvantage because it's prone.
Yeah, everything cancels out. 12 misses, 14 misses, 16
Yeah,
misses.
restraint.
22 does hit, though.
Yay,
For
one of them hit.
7. That's a shame. Those were not great rolls.
Nope.
Alright, anything else?
Get to the helm again, but nope.
Alright, Envoy wants to leave. Envoy's gonna try to leave. First of all, you roll me 3d6 damage for the cold. Alright, Envoy takes 8 points of cold damage, and then it tries to get the fuck out, leaving its buddy behind, if necessary.
Nope.
Did the
Shoo!
envoy make a save
Oh, thank
to
God.
be restrained?
It
Can
did.
Shu fly out and give
Did it?
me
Okay.
advantage?
Not as a reaction, no.
That's dumb.
No, that would be something you'd have to commit to on your turn. Okay, thank God. It gets the fuck out. It's got 120 feet of movement, which puts it about here. And you see that it just leaves this other elemental behind. The tentacle basically rips it free from the ship's belly, and can either just huck it down into the water or sit there and hold it for you while you guys beat it up. Kind of your call.
I wouldn't mind to get its sweet temperature.
Yeah, I'll lean it over to the ship so Noda.
Are my flying friends on the ship after I warned them to get back on the ship?
Oh, I've been warned to get back on the ship. I missed that.
Yeah.
You were.
Okay, I'll get back on the ship immediately as soon as warned to do so.
All right. At this point, unless you guys need initiative up to like decide who gets the killing blow, we can kind of just fast forward through this because he has no way to fight back right now, and you guys have him pretty well under control.
When does my turn come up? I might chase this thing. I
okay.
also have 120 feet.
Sure.
So I've got 60 feet if I need it, but Nomad says I'm about to lose it.
All right, then let's we'll play it out then.
I've got 240 feet if I need it. If I spend a keep,
If
All
you
right.
wanted to get on.
That brings us
I
to
don't want to go
Gale.
do that at all.
All right, Gale's up if you want the killing blow on this thing, or if you want to shoot the fleeing ship.
I'll. God, I guess I'll take a pot shot at the ship.
Hell yeah.
This is my long range, so it's disadvantage. But...
Both still hit though for 31 points of piercing. Yeah. You managed to hit kind of a critical spot right where the thick part of it connects with the thin part, and you watch as just a big band of metal breaks free. It kind of springs free and begins to plummet down to the ocean.
Hey, you did it.
It's still up and going, but part of the ship falls off. Fuck does this thing even want to do? It wants to not be here more than anything else.
It can take 3d6 cold damage and probably just not be here
Oh
anymore.
yeah, it might just not be here. Go and give me 3d6 cold damage. Oh, actually, I think it survives no matter what. Yeah, math is hard. That caps at 18. It's gonna live a little longer.
It's long enough for me to get its delicious blood.
This delicious fire blood.
Delicious fiery blood. Oh, I think I even get to go first because I need to add a d8 to that.
Yeah, throw that d8 on.
Yeah, just go up there, beat it up, and then fly back down before
Will
before
do.
the demonstration ends.
All right, Ace first up.
Are these guys floating or falling to their deaths?
This guy is dead. He hits the water about halfway through this round. This guy is currently held up by the tentacle, but if the tentacle lets go of him, he will fall to his death. But it looks like it's coming over to let Nordo finish the job.
Gotcha. Are we actively moving forward, or did we like stop during this time?
That's kind of up to you guys.
I only asked because there was that bracelet that fell here, and I want to know if I can still see it. I'm assuming it's probably gone forever.
Yeah,
now.
that hit the ocean halfway through last round.
I guess I'll just sadly walk back over here. I'll let someone else get the killing blow. I killed enough things.
All right, Nordo, go finish
Praise
the job.
be. I was going to go finish the job. Fetch my sweet temp HP. While he's going, though, he does look back towards the ship and back towards like Vasu and Nomad, like firing shots at it. And Gale. It's like, what? Why are we shooting at it?
Because it's a menace that attacked us.
Why ain't it just a ship, though? On account now, its crew's all gone.
No, I'm pretty sure it was kind of like Sundowner, but a little bit more in control of itself.
Like the ship itself is a Sundowner, or it's got a Sundowner trapped in it?
Like, it's got an elemental in it.
Oh shit.
All right, that is enough to finish the job. You get your temp HP from this then.
Well, now that he knows that there's an elemental to be freed in there, he'd like to go chase it, but he knows better than that because Nomad says to get back to the ship, so he comes back to the ship.
Well, Nomad asks, if you can reach it safely on your turn and not worry about falling, it should be fine.
He looks down and looks at how far the ship away is and is still going, and he's like, not without worrying, and he is going to come back to the ship.
Right.
That's too far for him to fly without any ground anywhere nearby.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's just open sea underneath. Fuck
That's
that.
you can see.
If Aliza Nordo is safe on the ship, the fly ends for a bit.
All right. We're going to jump out of the initiative, but we are still in this encounter because I know that you guys talked about still either shooting it or chasing it. So we're going to jump into a little bit more freeform here. What do you do as this thing is taking off?
Okay, since I was next, Basu's probably gonna like start to fly out there and then like kind of stop and look back at our ship and then remember like D's on there too, and he's gonna cool his head a little bit and not fly off into the middle of the ocean alone to chase down an elemental. But I am still gonna shoot some eldritch blasts at it.
All right. You fire a handful of shots. Go and give me some. A couple of them hit for 12 points. And as you do that, you do see that two of the rear exhausts kind of disable for just long enough for this thing to fire a couple shots back at you.
This both hit too.
All right. If either of them hit and do damage, then you're also ignited. And then it does have to slow down to do that. So at this point, you're definitely outflying it if you want to try to keep up with it.
Nah.
Huh. On my turn, I start seeing through the mind.
All right. As you connect with this thing, does it have a maximum range, or is it unlimited?
300.
300? Yeah, you're able to connect with it for at least a few seconds before it flies out of range.
That becomes concentration. So like after that, I'm going to move it kind of in front of whoever's piloting, if there is one.
All right. As you connect, you find that there is nothing inside of this thing. It just appears to be a hollow tube of brass. There are a couple of mechanisms that like operate the latches. You can see that there's a couple of portholes that can be seen out of. And you do see that there are a couple of slots that this elemental powering this thing seems to be able to look through and then fire out of. But it kind of just looks to be a very large fire elemental in a thin metal balloon, as best as you can tell. You do see a pair of yellow eyes near the front, and occasionally they'll just kind of swing around to the backside to look at you and Vasu and the ship. But yeah, it just seems to be kind of fleeing, and you've got a few more seconds before it leaves range.
Cool. So this, do I have like one more round basically?
Sure, something like that.
Oh yeah, it goes in front of the creature, like directly in front of its face as it's fleeing. That way, it's in front and we're behind, and then I cast Dissonant Whispers at it to make it fly back at us.
Excellent. Let me see here. Uh, 24.
Oh no, that's
All right.
so half damage.
I believe that's half damage. Takes 6 more points. It's still looking pretty okay. And it just continues to fly off on its turn, unless anybody else has anything last second.
You coward!
That's the most I can do. Let me see how far this can go. If it disappears after 300 feet, or I just can't see through it anymore. So, can hear and see. It has a dark vision of 60 feet. It's an action. I can hear and see using my concentration and like concentrating spell. As a bonus action. It doesn't say. Information overload is the attack it gets with it. Let me just copy paste all this here so everyone can read it for easier access.
I should know this because Joker's got a thing.
Yeah. Okay, look. As a bonus action, you can say it can pass around and stops manifesting if it is ever more. Yeah, it just disappears after 300 feet.
All right, excellent. So this thing does kind of just fizzle out, and you guys watch from the distance as this thing just begins to sail away. until it eventually dips down into some cloud cover. Gale is able to see for a little while even after that, just kind of with his cloud vision, that it just continues to flee. It doesn't stop. It doesn't like turn around to start firing again. It just seems to be running the hell away. At this point, you can look over and see the other ship. It has kind of gotten itself steady, but they've gotten a lot of the fires put out on the deck, but their main sail is still up in flames, and it is not looking good, and they're kind of having a hard time putting it all out.
Oh, really?
Could we? Is there out of the alchemy jug of Flix?
It is making water, like it's pouring about as fast as like a bathroom faucet is.
Gotcha. Could Vas? Oh, is Vasu still with the other ship?
I think he came back. If not, he can be
Alright.
back very quickly. Fauci's
I'm
fast as fuck.
Yeah, I was like, maybe he could like water bend.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm going to whenever it
Be
comes
the
around to my
Avatar.
turn, I will use my cloak dash, which I might take a little bit of damage, but I'm hoping since it says I ignore fire that I pass through, or because I'm just moving so fucking fast that kind of extinguishes myself. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yes, it would. I would count that just fine.
Cool. And then, yeah, I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna dash up to the other ship, right up to that big sail that's on fire. Does it fit in a 10-foot cube?
Not the entire thing, no, but there are definitely like you could kind of, cut it up into patches if you wanted. The sail itself is probably about 30 by 30.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how all of this stuff in shape fire or whatever it's called works. Control flames. Because it says at 17th level, any flames you target for the effects of this spell may fit within a 10-foot cube. Do I have any bigger?
12 seconds and take out the entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just start with doing that. I'll start with the part of the fire that's like looking to spread more, that might be like going toward the mast or whatever.
Yeah. With control
And
flames, like it's not instantaneous, but over the course of 20 or 30
Yeah.
seconds or so, you can basically just wrap this fire up.
yeah, but since I can do multiple effects, I'm going to be like, putting out the fire like just like by shrinking it over time. But I'm also going to do that thing where the fire does not produce any heat, so hopefully that'll slow the burning too.
Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. As you do, you can kind of look around and you can see that this entire ship seems to be mostly dwarf. They do seem to have a human crew member, and some of the guards. There is double checking another human and a half orc, but predominantly dwarves. At least the merchants aboard this ship. And when things finally do settle down and they take a good look around and they see that most of the merchants are okay, there's one casualty, the guard that got scorched real bad, but the ship is at least stable. The sails are damaged, but at least good enough that they continue to drift with some control. And they're like, "Oh, that was a close one. Good thing you showed up when you did."
Vasu's there, right?
Who
Just
are
lost
you?
you so far, but eventually they can they'll bring the ships together so you guys can all talk.
Yeah, happy to help. You guys know what that thing was and why it was chasing you?
Damned if I know. Thing just showed up and got on, and they started to make their way down below deck. I think they were just pirates or something. They were trying to steal our goods. As soon as we got the guard together and tried to stop them from doing that, they went hostile and got ugly. Shonda Bardor, and he kind of like extends a big old meaty hand to shake hands with whoever's around.
Yeah, I'll shake his hand. Vazu Diva Semarok.
Truth be told, I didn't think I'd see anything out here. It's kind of dangerous to go straight across the cape like this. What are you doing?
Well, we're just kind of making our way.
Oh, no, that's fine. Keep your secrets. I wouldn't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. Fun ship you've got there, by the way. I don't think I've seen that model before. What's with all the chum? You guys fishing or something?
Something like that.
I'm sorry. I don't want to poke my noses.
Your merchants?
Yeah. No, we were doing a rush delivery. We found some goods over to the east, and we thought we'd get it back as quick as we could.
You sell.
Well, that's the thing. Normally, just copper, sometimes silver. We've got a mine over there. But this new stuff has shown up, and a buddy of mine says it's pretty valuable if we could move it quick. We were trying to get across the sea before the week's end.
The fire salts?
You know about it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We got ourselves a pretty decent haul of it. Oddly, it's what those buggers were trying to make off with, too. It's like they knew we had it or something.
Oh. That's good to know. How much cargo can you carry?
Oh, we got a decent bit. And looking the ship over, it's maybe, I don't know, 25 or 30% bigger than this ship. It can carry a pretty decent amount. It's also made for hulling. It doesn't have like the amenities of a captain's quarter. Like they just have like a couple of hammocks, basically.
My need for business, but could you exchange our copper coins for silver?
Oh boy. That's
No, it's fine.
No, it's an unusual request, but you guys did just save our ship and probably our lives. You know what? Why not? Yeah, no, it's the least we can do. You've helped out.
I hate to interrupt here, but just really quick. Can I just get a quick read on this guy and also any of his crew that look like maybe they recognize us from a certain flyer that's been circulating around? Anyone that's giving like funny looks to the Kinku or the Turtle or the Tiefling?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an insight check.
A silent panic button on the ship somewhere.
Just in case one of them gives that look, and we can be like, well, we gotta go immediately. Before we start trading copper coins.
Looking them all over, they all seem very thankful, happy to be alive. One of the guards is pretty upset that his buddy kicked. None of them are giving you skeptical looks or a lot of scrutiny. And you also get the impression that you don't see signs of them being super magically inclined. And if their story is true, they just came from mines over to the east and probably haven't been to the mainland. And like those flyers only started going out about 3 or 4 days ago. So they probably just have not even had time to see the flyers.
Your loss is unfortunate. Do you know the victim's next of kin?
I don't, but I'm sure the mercenary group will get that all dealt with. It's I mean, at the risk of being a little too lighthearted about it, it is what we paid them for. They did a fine job. We just got in a bit over our heads. We're happy we had backup.
Luck is a skill, not one of mine.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys are willing to tie the ships, lash them together, he is more than willing to transport a bunch of copper coins, and actually seems like, you've saved him a trip. He will gladly exchange it for a handful of just gemstones and banknotes and some platinum bullions. And he'll effectively let you exchange all of your copper coinage that you've collected out. He does have enough room for it because they wanted to make a rush return with the fire salt, which means they did not bring a full crew or a full cargo back. Yeah, it actually works out really nicely. He will happily exchange all of your copper for more manageable levels of gold if you want.
Can someone note that we've switched all our copper to more manageable stuff?
Yep. So let me go ahead and look through.
So
here.
we did have a long. I've got at least the stuff that we have in my sanctuary and in my bag of holding noted. We had a long rest, so we would have been able to get this out just carrying it around on our ship for a while. We had 397 pounds of copper.
Yep.
And
then
I had
1453 silver.
yeah, 1453
Like
silver,
that
and
as
I had
well.
another 400 pounds of copper in my
Yeah.
bag of holding that I would love to exchange too.
Yeah, you and Flick both have like personal copper. I believe this is the best time.
Yeah.
Ace does too.
Yeah, Ace. We'll assume he wants to change that.
Somebody give me a luck check to determine how much money this guy has on hand right now.
Ew, please. No. Damn it! We've never rolled above a
Spends
5.
the inspiration that you just got from the thing.
I don't know if I can use inspiration on look check.
It's a D20 check. You absolutely can.
Did we get inspiration this round?
I did.
We just got it for dumping his alchemy jug on that fire.
Yeah.
I don't think we're doing that anymore. Is it?
I'll do it. Wish I could take that 20 from earlier.
Go
Right.
for it.
We're gonna take that 11, or should I like roll again?
You do a new one because that was before you committed to it.
Yay!
All right.
Yay.
First of all, he's able to trade all of your copper. So go ahead and mark down Vasu, you get 250 gold. Ace, you get 250 gold. Flick, you get 250 gold. And then Vasu, you get another 198.5 gold from the stuff in your domain. Then the silver. He has enough to buy half of your silver off of you. So
If he has better denominations, we can trade the silver now, I guess. But yeah,
right, if you're willing to sell him the silver, he's interested in buying that off too.
fuck it, absolutely. If it's gonna be lighter,
So let's see, half of that means 1453.
what a convenience! Someone who deals in copper and silver.
All right, that is what is still. Oop, that's not right. Oh yeah, it is. There's a period in there. I got very scared for a second. So you're able to offload half of your silver, which means in addition to the money that you got from the copper, you also get 3,632 gold and 5 silver, and then you still have half of your silver left over.
What's the rest of the copper? Not
Jesus.
counting the copper in their bags because that's theirs.
That is all of the copper has been moved at this point.
So that's all the copper and silver put together.
That is all the copper and half of the silver has
Yeah.
been sold to this guy.
So we still have some silver.
Yep. You guys still have about 626 pounds of silver, worth another 3,600 gold or so.
Sweet, we can trade that somewhere else. Should we split the money now? This sounds like a great time.
Why not?
Let's do it. How many of us are there?
7?
7.
I think there's still like 7 active, yeah.
Are we withholding from Moat until he comes back?
If the rumors are true, should be back like next week. So I'd say we go.
Oh, we should probably add him into it.
And it is ultimately up to you, but he was there when the money was earned, at least.
Yeah,
Should
Like-
have.
Like
I think
he
you
did help earn this money.
I think you should get a cut.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is the number that I'm dividing right now?
362.5.
Yeah.
The remaining?
So you sold as much as you have remaining, so it's
Yeah.
the same amount.
I see.
And then that was was that the copper that was in the sanctuary too, or
So that was just the silver. The copper is as follows.
You said it was
we'll
in.
have to split? Yeah, we'll split that up too, because I had copper in the sanctuary, and then I had my own stash of copper in the bag.
Yeah.
People got like side stashes, but I think the sanctuary was like the party stash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
That was
I
the
RC.
intention at least.
Yeah. Flick, Vasu, and Ace both have an additional 250, but the ones that's gonna be split up is an additional.
There you go. So each of you that had a personal stash gets 250 gold for your personal stash, and then there's another about 200 or so in the shared stash.
Type it out, but each of us gets 547 gold and some odd copper and silver.
547 gold? Sure. Let's make a note of that for Ace,
Oh yeah, him
So-
too.
because I think he might forget. And we might forget as well.
Yes, I will go ahead and add it to his sheet real quick.
I figured out the confusion after falling asleep 3 times during the fight. I heard that all the invisible people are dead, and I remember all of them going invisible, so I thought everyone was dead.
That might be it. For the record, we will probably wrap up here so that you can try to at least get a little nap in before work
It's
or
too
something.
late. Let's
I-
not do that.
I know.
I gotta call it soon anyway.
Uh,
Personally,
yeah.
Yeah, I also do need to get the house ready because Noel and some of the gang are coming over soon. So
Yeah, excellent. It's gonna be lovely.
hell yeah.
God.
I'll miss you.
Same. We'll try to I don't know, we'll remote in like we did that one time playing Rock Band or something so you guys can hang out.
Oh yeah, online movie night.
Yeah. Oh, also, Lance did indeed send information about 3 minutes after I said that.
Thanks, Lance.
Excellent.
Quote, it's a molten alloy of copper and zinc. It was more easily available than tin at the end of the Bronze Age. It had good corrosion resistance, and it was a good tool maker. There's no real connection to fire that he's aware of. It's just, it was an early primitive material that was easy to work with. Yeah.
good to know.
Yep. No strong connection to fire or anything like that.
I don't know if Lance knows this about himself, but he could tell me absolutely anything and I would believe it. Anything he wanted to, I'd believe it.
Yeah.
I have never fact checked anything he said. I just believed it.
Never. Why would I? I just trust him.
There's a
I don't know
joke
why.
about that.
Everything you just listed triggered something in my brain, and I feel like there might be a Roman connection with brass, like Roman pantheon.
I
There
could
might
see
be, yeah.
It does
that.
sound kind of weirdly familiar.
Roman Pantheon brass. Did the Romans
Oh.
use brass?
I thought it was more of
So-
bronze for them.
It
But
might be bronze, but
yeah.
I don't know if there's like a
A god
fire
of
god or
brass.
something that had connections to brass.
The question is, why are there 2 kinds of metallic fire dragons? Or is it even 3? They should add a poison
think it should
metallic dragon.
Didn't they add
Like
like gym
a metallic
dragons
fire
too?
dragon.
Or something?
No, there's gold and there's brass. Those are both fire.
Fire.
Yeah, they're both fire.
Is that
because
true?
poison's awful.
Why are there 6 kinds of elves?
There's any more than 6.
There's like 14. I don't
Yeah.
know how many elves
Let me
there
tell you,
It's-
I have a player in my other campaign who is a shapeshifter and changes to different races, and that table has a lot of elves on it.
I feel like you should just put like 1 elf in and then you roll another d6 or whatever, d12.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like elf is on the list, and then there's sub race rolls, but it's like
Oh.
a D12 for the sub race, I think, and I left them off.
Lance says to look into Hephaestus, which is the god of smithing and metallurgy.
Oh, Vulcan.
Oh, he was known as the coppersmith. Okay, here we go. His name
And it's
translates.
copper!
His,
Damn it.
his name translates to calcius, which was the root for orichalcos, which was a form of early brass. So that might be it. This feels like a little bit of a stretch, but I'm honestly just so impressed I'm going to roll with it.
It's a fact now.
Yeah, it's a fact now. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go clean my house. Next week we'll start, we'll continue flying over the dangerous ocean towards Unmirage.
Thank you, merchant
Hooray.
friends. What do they have for sale? Do they have steel stones?
If you want to buy a lot of raw metal, they'll sell you raw metal or fire salt.
Buy some
They have
very cheap
jewelry?
steel
They don't. They're not like jeweler. Like they go to the mine, they pick up the mined goods, and they take them back to sell.
Oh wait, I want to try it.